Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. That is Mitchell Renz. I am not by myself this week. We've also got producer Harris behind the scenes and on the mic. He'll be the disembodied voice. He was really annoying earlier in the day because he was watching the Patriots game and was freaking out for no reason about J.C. Jackson and other people there.
I don't even know who J.C. Jackson is, Tom, but I am super pumped.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have an awesome show today. We're going to get to drink some beers. We're going to talk football, get to watch the Cowboys. Like,
oh, yeah.
Dude, that's
a win-win. So get your comments in the comments section on both Facebook and YouTube. We welcome in both those audiences. We'll discuss them throughout the show. We also, by the way, have a bit of news that happened right before kickoff as well, rather a bit of a surprising announcement here. Charvarius Ward is now headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. Todd Osh reports he has been traded. We don't know what the Cowboys are getting back yet. Once we do, we'll update you. But Ward, who I thought could make the Cowboys roster, is now heading to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, we know that the Cowboys, I think, need a little help in that secondary, Tom. I mean, I think we could both agree on that, but I don't know. I mean, you're definitely the Cowboys expert in terms of he was here on this show, but Charvarius Ward, the Chiefs definitely need help in the cornerback position.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, they need it bad. I mean, ever since they lost Peters. So, I mean, I think for them,
it makes sense.
I don't know.
And I guess that I did, by the way, my 53-man roster projections. I had Charvarius Ward on there, so that lasted all of like 2 hours before I was already wrong. So thank you for that one there. Cowboys-Texans should kick off here in a little bit. I don't think they'll wait that long here. By the way, if you're fans of other teams, we'll still keep you covered. All right, we're going to have the other scores going on throughout the game. For example, the Dolphins are murdering the Falcons, it seems.
Yikes. Which will never happen in real life.
The Falcons aren't trying here.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
Falcons never do well in the preseason.
Congratulations, Dolphins. Your first win.
All right, folks, so keep those comments coming. Producer Harris can bring them up, and I'll monitor them as well. I've already seen several comments about Rico Gathers. I'm sure we'll see plenty of him tonight. By the way, on the quarterback front, it's going to be Cooper Rush for the first half and then Mike White for the second half. There is no fourth-string quarterback right now for the Dallas Cowboys.
They should get one.
They had one in Dalton Sturm, and now they don't need it anymore. I see one from Young Lane coming in the comment section about Houston, so we'll give them a little bit of love as well. Do you think the Texans make the playoffs this year? I think they'll be in the mix, Mitchell. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to be in the mix. I mean, the AFC South, I think, is anybody's game. I mean, you could argue that the Colts, with a healthy Andrew Luck, are a team that there could definitely be there. The Jaguars, I think, have the best defense. Mm-hmm. And you're going to look at the Texans, who I think have a lot of upside with Deshaun Watson. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins, probably the best QB wide receiver combo in that division. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Titans, who actually went to the playoffs last year.
I like.
But I don't like the Titans. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really sold on them. I think they're a little bit overhyped, and they're trying to do, I think, what the Patriots have done, and I just don't know if that's going to work.
Are there any Cowboys players you're excited to see play tonight? Even though it is going to be the fourth string and the third string and the backups and guys that probably aren't going to make the roster because this is a meaningless game in so many ways.
I'd like to see Bo. I want to see Bo run.
We'll see plenty of Bo Scarborough. Of course, you're not going to see Zeke. I don't know if you'll see any of Rod Smith, maybe a series or two.
What about Michael Gallup? Am I going to see Mike?
You might see some Mike Gallup. I don't know how much they'll actually give him. He is going to get close to starter snaps this year. He's going to split time with T. Will and Cole. I think you'll see plenty of Deontay Thompson.
Okay.
If that intrigues you. He's got some speed.
I mean, we're looking for some late. Hey, if anybody's watching this, you guys know.
Deontay Thompson?
You guys know I love fantasy football. So, like, hey, if I can find a few late round sleepers here, I'm all about that. And hopefully, you guys can stay awake throughout this entire thing. So, I think it's going to be a good show ultimately, though. But Deontay Thompson, I really want to see Bo run though, because I think Bo's look good.
Bo is very much on the roster bubble. Now, I have said before that these games don't really mean all that much. There are a couple spots, though, for the Cowboys that there actually are battles for roster spots. Mike White trying to get a spot here. Rico Gathers fighting for a spot. Potentially the last receiver spot between Deontay Thompson, maybe a Lance Lenore. Noah Brown's still banged up as well. All those guys could be potential options there. Offensive line, you will see plenty of Chaz Green. You'll see plenty of Chaz Green get beat. And then you'll see none of Chaz Green because he is not making the roster. Do not panic on that one.
Oh, jeez. Poor Chaz Green. Poor guy. I mean,
the Falcons game broke him.
Am I a bad person for being excited for Rico Gathers?
No, not at all.
I know that it doesn't make you too excited about Rico Gathers, but
Excited. In what way, though, Harris?
Like, do you know what? I'm excited because he's not going to play well. And fans of the Cowboys who are Rico stans. If you don't know what a stan is, it's
I need beer for this.
You're a super fan.
Thanks, Eminem.
And whenever he is bad, they just deny. But he's not a football player.
That's because, I think the only reason why he's saying this is because he's ballsy, because people can't see him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe if Harris was actually on this side, I don't know if he'd be saying that.
Well, we do have a weigh-in about if Rico Gathers should make the 53-man roster. I think we can bring that up there, Harris, because there's very divisive viewpoints here on Rico. There's the Rico is the best tight end on the roster, which I don't agree with. From a passing perspective, I actually do agree with it because Jeff Swaim's not going to be that guy. The Cowboys think it's Blake Jarwin, but I'm not really sold on Blake Jarwin. And then Dalton Schultz, frankly, has underwhelmed me for much of the preseason. I do want to see more of him tonight. But the issue for Rico, and this will not always be viewed well because I get called a hater quite a bit, which is fine. That's not a big deal. I speak the truth, so be it. Rico has a tough time blocking when the scheme changes. So if it's a simple block the guy right in front of you, he's fine. He's a big dude. He can do that. It's when the front changes or he's got to get to the second level that things kind of get out of whack there.
I just don't think Rico's a good football player. I think from an athletic standpoint, he's athletic.
I think that in reality, our expectations are a little high for Rico.
He had
overall.
one good preseason, and then it was like Rico.
He also has played a season and a half, more or less, of football since high school.
But why are people so obsessed with him?
Because he played basketball and he's a tight end, Harris. Duh. That's it.
Yeah. I think the upside's still there for Rico. I just, don't think the Cowboys are going to do it. I don't think they're going to put Rico on the roster. I think they're going to cut Rico tonight. Now, maybe he goes off. Maybe he has a big game, but I would be a little bit surprised if Rico made the 53-man roster, in part because the Cowboys really like Mike White. They love Lance Lenore for some stupid reason. And they have to go deep at offensive line and have to go deep at safety as well. They can't afford to go light at other areas.
Bray just gave us a shout out. What's going on,
There
Bray?
you go, Bray.
Saw you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anytime Bray comments, I think it's always funny because that dude's always in there. Somebody else commented, this is gossip. Yeah, this is gossip. I like that.
Dude,
fun.
we're hanging around.
Dude, don't.
Free game talk. That's what it always is. Having a discussion.
I know, right?
I am sorry.
Sorry that I get paid to drink beer and talk football.
I drink Shiner Bock because I'm a true Texan, and this is actually my favorite beer. What do you have, Mitchell?
I have a Deep Ellum IPA, which is actually
Gross.
What? Dude.
IPAs are
All right,
gross,
guys,
dude.
come on. IPAs are a much better beer. If anybody likes craft beers, shout out to you guys because craft beers are a lot better. I'm an IPA guy, I'll be honest.
I'm a degenerate, and I'm drinking Miller High Life.
Miller High Life. I do like blondes. I mean, I'm kind of debating blondes or brunettes right now in real life, so I guess I can drink an IPA as a beer.
I'm going to put that in the YouTube comment here.
What, blondes or
IPAs
brunettes?
are good. Yes or no. Type 1 for yes. Yes. Type 2 for no. But I misspelled type, which is not good.
All right, he's already drunk, guys. So
I had half a sip of beer.
if you guys, be honest. I think the way that we want to make this show run is just we want you guys to comment as much as possible. We want to interact with you. We want to have fun. We want to get to know you better. We want you guys to get to know us better because ultimately that's going to make the entire season better. And I don't know. I used to always say these kind of shows are the first time you watch a new TV show. You don't really get it. I always compare my roommate Cam to Sheldon because at first I didn't get Cam and he locked
Cam
me out.
Rogers, by the way.
Yeah, Cam
Nobody
Rogers.
hates that nickname.
I live with Cam Rogers, and
Kickoff has started, by the way.
kickoff has started, so now you guys probably don't even want to hear my story. Regardless, you got to get to know Cam. He's an oddball.
For what it's worth, Darius Jackson was the guy on returns here, with Lance Lenore as kind of the up man. So I hate Lance Lenore on returns, by the way. We've talked about that before. I hate him back there because he always makes mistakes.
I also
He has
hate
no business being
Bill
back there.
O'Brien's butthole chin.
Are you allowed to say that?
Am I not allowed to say it? His chin looks like a butthole. I wish they would show it. It literally looks like a butthole.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 of the preseason.
Yeah. You're going to get to see plenty of Garrett clapping, too. That's always fun. He is the clapper, after all.
Garrett's got the clap. No?
Okay. All right, let's see.
Sorry,
I
guys.
don't see Rico out there to start with the first unit. Looks like Blake and Dalton Schultz instead.
Oh, boy.
So we'll see how that goes. They did take a shot
Dude,
deep
they're
with okay, the cameraman needs to be fired here. That was a disaster.
Oh, my
Flags
Lord.
everywhere. They totally missed a play. You can tell it's the 4th week of the preseason because the backup unit is in for the cameraman here.
Yeah, that was not even close.
Although I think we're getting the Houston stream, which is really weird because we're here in Dallas. That makes no sense to me. I think I saw someone mention that in the comment section on Twitter, too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
They have
actually
the
just noticed
Houston
that, too. This is like a 50-yard pass, and whoever the guy with the camera had, it was like 15 yards.
Good thing they showed the replay.
He is all over him.
Yeah,
Holy
trying
hell.
to find Lance Lenore, whoever 34 is for the Houston Texans. I don't have their numbers memorized. I have most of the Cowboys, but I don't know who 34 is. That's the issue there.
Well, they probably don't know who he is either, because after that play, that guy might not make the roster.
Well, a lot of these guys aren't going to make the roster. So I see more shotgun sets here for the Cowboys, so that's at least interesting so far. Keep those comments flowing. Producer Harris will bring some up throughout the show as well. I'll make note here. I don't know how much it actually means, but Darius Jackson actually got the starting nod over Bo Scarborough in this one. I know that disappoints you because you wanted to see Bo.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Bo could bring. I mean, he was a guy who was a spark freak when he came out of the NFL Combine. And you guys know I love spark, so it's like one of those things for me. But I don't know. I just want to see how this Cowboys offense just ultimately runs, but a lot of shotgun.
For what it's worth, and you'll see this here in a second, the Texans player who got the flag thrown on him, his name is D Virgin.
D Virgin.
So that's not ideal there. And then Cooper Rush tried to find Lance Lenore a little high on that one. So, again, there's been quite a bit of debate about the backup quarterback role for the Cowboys.
Is Leighton out? I just got a comment. Is Leighton out? And Young Lane, Corona for me. That's not a good beer.
Corona is delicious. I will fight you on that.
Smells like green.
As long as there's a lime in there. As for Leighton Vander Esch, he is not playing tonight. He's still recovering from that groin. Hopefully he's good to go for week 1, but we'll see on that one there.
Did you say Corona's only good with a lineman in there?
A lime, yeah.
A lineman?
A lime.
Lineman?
Yeah.
A lineman.
A lime.
Hey, guys, how would you like a live scoreboard?
There you go.
Yay.
We'll keep that flowing throughout the show there. So
the Ravens.
Let's see here.
Guarantee you Joe Flacco didn't throw that.
So a lot of action for Lance Lenore. 3 passes for the Cowboys. All have been targeted for Lance Lenore. By the way, there is Michael Gallup, who did not get targeted. Apparently Lance Lenore is the focal point of the offense. So Cowboys have to punt. Chaz Green just got beat so bad he fell on the ground.
Yeah, that was rough.
I need to tweet again about Chaz Green.
Ah, man. I just saw a comment. Where's Cam?
You can follow Tom on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney, and you can follow Mitchell Renz at MitchellRenz365.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz36. Instagram, MitchellRenz365.
Don't make the joke.
Get at me. No, I'm not going to make the joke. I already made the joke.
Ooh, they're trying for a super long field goal here.
4th and 4. That's got to be what? That's a bomb.
Nearly 60 yards.
60-yard field goal? He made it.
There?
Oh, my God, he got it.
Bailey.
Yo!
No. That's Brett Mayer. That was the backup kicker.
Jason Garrett has got this smirk on his face.
It was nearly 60 yards.
That's a boot.
Okay, Brett Mayer. Now, that doubles 2 things for him. A, that's some good stuff to show to other teams because he's not going to make this roster. Stop making fun of Bill O'Brien there. That's a great field goal there by Brett Mayer. I like that.
Dude, that's a bomb.
It was a 57-yard to be exact by almost 60.
I mean, hell, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, for you to be able to just sink a field goal like that, I mean, Bailey's obviously like one of the best kickers in the league. So, like, but I mean, anytime that you can just pull that out of your pocket, hey, man, John Mayer, let's get him in there.
I see a comment from Sean on YouTube that says, cut Chaz Green. I agree. Chaz Green sucks. Good news is he's not going to make the roster. If he does, we will all riot together on takedown Cowboys.
Raymond says Detroit sucks. And I totally agree with you on that as well.
Lions?
The Lions, I think the Lions are the worst team in the NFC North. Like, we were talking about it today, like who's going to win or are the Lions going to make the playoffs?
No, it's the Bears are the worst team, though, in the NFC North.
You think?
Yeah, for this year.
I don't think so. I think the Bears are a more complete team than the Lions. Yeah. I don't think the Lions are good.
I think the Bears need another year. The Lions are going to be like 8-8, 9-7, like they always are. That's who
they
are.
I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't know, man. I just don't see it with the Lions. Yeah. Who said that? Raymond, I agree with you, dude. I think the Lions suck.
Guys, we have a hot Facebook comment coming in from Tony Bailey. Do the Cowboys play today?
Oh, play nice, Harris. Yes, they do. They currently lead Texans 3-0. I see some comments on YouTube. Yeah, the nature of Cowboys Week 4 games, that they all play at the same time. There's no national games for the Cowboys in this one. So you have to either be in Dallas, be in Houston, find a stream online, or you can watch it with us here.
Bray said Lions going 9-7.
See, Bray gets it. 9-7, 8-8 every year. That's what the Detroit Lions are.
So, Bray, I'll be honest. I talked about you on my Fantasy AF show the other day, and we were trying to figure out your age. So if you want to comment how old you are, I'd be totally for it.
So back to Chaz Green. I see a comment on YouTube from Perkaholic, great name by the way, who asks, how is Chaz Green on the roster? Yeah, Chaz Green sucks. Did you guys see Corin Curvin before he got hurt this year? You don't know who that is. That's okay. Like, yeah, Chaz Green is a terrible football player. The NFL has 0 offensive line depth. It's really weird to say, but Chaz Green isn't even the worst offensive lineman on the Cowboys.
Interesting.
He's actually probably one of the top 10 or 11 right now, which is why they have to get more offensive line depth.
I have to burp.
Okay, can you be a responsible adult for once in your life?
Somebody just said we need Earl. We need Earl.
Earl Thomas, always a good talk there. I think we can probably get a weigh-in up there on that one as well.
Does Marcus Mariota improve this season? I think he's going to improve a little bit. I mean, he threw 13 touchdowns last year, 15 interceptions, and I think that offense is going to be better. And I think when you add a guy like Dion Lewis, that's going to definitely help the mix of the offense a little bit. This guy's going.
Cowboys special teams, not great. There is a flag on that one. That was number 21 for Houston, Tyler Irvin, out of San Jose State.
He was a sleeper for me last year for fantasy football.
How'd that turn out for you?
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
Mitch is a fantasy football expert. He'll answer any of your questions as well, by the way.
Guys, I'm trying to get a blue check mark on Twitter. I just got to 15.4K. That's a humble brag.
There you go. Nice work, my friend.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Scrolling through Facebook. Jen asks, when is the first real game on Facebook and what time? Cowboys will play the Carolina Panthers to open up the NFL season. That will be a road game for Dallas. Now, that's going to be September 9th. I actually feel kind of good about that one for the Cowboys. Like, I don't think Carolina's offensive line is any good.
No, especially with the injuries
with
that
all
they've
the
had,
injuries,
plus everybody that they've lost. That was a blatant block.
I don't know if.
Oh my God. Sorry.
I will say this though about the Panthers. This is probably the best.
It's 4:25 Eastern, by the way.
This is the best weapons, that they have given Cam in a long time.
Bounced out by a terrible offensive line.
He has a lot of really cool players on the outside. That running back core is really good as well.
Good coverage there, which we haven't seen a ton of this preseason in the second half, which is what this basically is for the Cowboys, by the Cowboys secondary there. I think that was Coney Ely who actually made some pressure, which could be nice if the Cowboys try and trade him.
Yeah, that was also a horrible drop by Alfred Blue.
Yeah, and plus Brandon Whedon's really not a good football player, so I mean that kind of is what it is.
Remember when the Browns took him in the first round when he was 35 years old?
Remember when the Cowboys had him?
TBD.
Yeah, not great there.
Hey, it is Thursday.
I don't see Charvarius Ward, which doesn't surprise me since, again, he's going to be traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. We don't know what Dallas is getting back for Charvarius Ward, but I've heard a little bit about it's actually going to be an offensive lineman, which hopefully is Parker Ehringer, because I'd really like him to come to Dallas.
Is 94 playing? We just got that from Terrell.
Randy Gregory is not playing tonight. I was told he was going to be on the sidelines. Your update on Randy Gregory, by the way, sounds like he's going to be fine. There was the report from Jean-Jacques Taylor that said, there's some concern about Randy Gregory in this meeting with an NFL doctor, and that it wasn't a scheduled one. Turns out that's not actually the case, so it was a little bit of freak out for no reason. Gregory should be fine. And the Cowboys, as we've said before, expect him to play week 1, and he'll be a starter too.
Okay.
Which is an awesome story for Randy Gregory.
Bray just commented, guys, how old do you think Bray is?
Oh, I have no idea.
14.
I'm not guessing.
Okay.
8th grade.
Don't make it weird. Dude. Jason, I see this comment coming in here on Facebook, says, any word on trading for a safety? If you talk about Earl Thomas, no. There's been no development on that one, which I just want to get that out of the way because I'm sure we'll get it plenty of time tonight, and that's all good. As for a trade, I think you'll wait till after this game, probably Friday or Saturday. But I would be stunned if the Cowboys didn't add a safety, be it via a trade or a waiver wire. By the way, Houston went 3 and out on offense. The Cowboys cannot go into the year with Tyree Robinson. And why the hell was Lance Lenoir returns again? Anyway, the Cowboys cannot go into the year with Tyree Robinson as your number 3 and someone else as your number 4 on the roster. They have to get somebody else out there.
From Young Lane, okay? Mm-hmm. The Texans will have a better record than the Cowboys this year, and Deshaun Watson will show that he's far better than Dak Prescott.
That's very much within the realm of possibility.
All right, so
especially playing in the AFC.
How many wins?
I think both teams are going to finish around 10.
10 wins.
10 wins, yeah.
Okay.
I think if you would flip divisions, I'd feel better about the Cowboys, especially because I don't trust Houston's offensive line. I want to see Watson actually stay healthy for all 16 games.
Okay.
But I think overall the upside is a little bit better for Houston right now because they play in the AFC, because they have Deshaun Watson and some good skill guys too.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I love Deshaun Watson. I mean, Deshaun Watson is a guy, I'll tell you what, right now, like, for fantasy football purposes, if like I'm going to play like week 1 in FanDuel or something like that, like there's no doubt in my mind like I'm going to play a guy like Deshaun Watson because his upside is enormous.
Cowboys offensive line just messed up real bad. I don't know who missed their block, but somebody did, and it ended up being like a 4-yard loss. Like it was a little stretch play, and the Cowboys forgot to block the nose tackle. So
a lot of shotgun too. I've noticed that.
I don't think they want to get that background set up. I don't think they want to have too many under center snaps, so they want to get that offense out there quickly. So some nice plays there by Darius Jackson, by the way. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. So you get $20 free with your first deposit of $5. So Mitchell, you put in $5, you get $25 to play with overall.
That sounds like a great deal to me, Tom. And if anybody thinks that you're smarter than Tom and I and you want to challenge us on FanDuel, I tell you, bring it. Go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, make a new account, then slide into either Tom or mine's DMs. Mine's Mitchell Renz 365. You're what going downy?
What going downy? There's no S. It's just what going downy because Twitter has stupid rules there.
And if you want to compete against us, bring it. Because I'll be honest, I don't think you can beat me. Maybe Tom, not me.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got it, pal.
Yeah. A lot of action for Darius Jackson early, which makes me think that he actually is ahead of Bo Scarborough right now to make the 53-man roster.
Well, that's pick.
Cooper Rush with the interception. There we go, Cooper.
Probably a pick
and
six.
It's a pick six.
Hey,
Maybe there should be a backup quarterback.
Tom, remember when people wanted Cooper Rush to start over Dak Prescott?
Oh, this was a thing. Mostly on Facebook, not so much on YouTube. But there were you Cooper Rush truthers out there. That's a brutal pick six. Now, there was some pressure, sure. Chaz Green, once again, just got absolutely abused. But you can't throw that ball if you're Cooper Rush.
Oh, he might have stepped out of bounds.
Oh, maybe it'll come back then. Oh, it's Justin Reed, the rookie out of Stanford. Okay.
I mean, that was a good – I mean, the guy read it well. I mean, he's rolling to his right here.
Off balance.
That's just not a good throw.
R.I.P. those who steps. He did. Right there. Yeah, you might be right.
Out.
You might be right. R.I.P. those of you who said Cooper Rush had a better arm than Dak Prescott. That was weak as hell.
That was bad. I mean, that's just bad decision making. I mean, we've kind of seen that though from Rush a lot this preseason.
Yeah, he's been rough.
I'm gonna make a comp here.
Okay.
I think I'm crazy.
Okay.
So well, the people don't know, I'm Harris Reeves, by the way. I do a lot of our NBA coverage here at Chat Sports. Dak Prescott to me is the Ricky Rubio.
He stepped
of
out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did?
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds. So it won't be a pick six, but not a bad throw or good throw.
So I gotta say, Dak Prescott is the Ricky Rubio of quarterbacks. He's never going to be crazy elite. Okay. However, he has a great ability to see the field, and the more offensive weapons you put around him, the better his statistical output is going to be. Mm-hmm. And I think this year with Des Bryant gone, it's going to allow Dak to spread around the ball a lot more. And I think that's actually going to play to his strengths. I think Dak's going to have a better season this year than last year statistically, but I think the Cowboys' offense is going to be worse overall.
I agree with that, but my mindset for the upgrade in Dak's stats is not going to be because of the loss of Des Bryant. It's because, in theory, the offensive line will be much healthier, namely Tyron Smith, and you're going to have Zeke for all 16 games.
That's fair.
I mean, it's tough to operate an offense when your star left tackle and your star halfback, among the best at their positions, are out, and you've got Chaz Green in there at left tackle.
If anybody cares, I just posted a selfie on Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
You got it. So, live at Chat Sports.
So, with in mind of the, or that didn't make sense, but with the pick in mind from Cooper Rush, do the Cowboys need a new backup quarterback? I see some comments on YouTube that we'll get to as well here in a little bit. But
I think so. I mean, we talked about Mike Glennon earlier.
You know, I see some people flowing in. Like someone says Joshua Dobbs is an option. I am intrigued by that. I didn't like trading Teddy Bridgewater because, again, look what it cost. I know some of you guys wanted that. It was going to be too pricey. If you can get a different quarterback for a 7th or 6th round pick, not a great throw by Brandon Weeden, by the way, and there's a penalty because the NFL helmet rule is stupid. If you can get someone for a 6th or 7th round pick, maybe a Joshua Dobbs, I'm okay with that. I see RG3.
I was just going to say.
I like RG3. I think he might get cut by Baltimore. If I can get RG3 for free in terms of draft selections, bring him in. I like him much better. Why is that a penalty?
I said, how is that a penalty? I hit him in the back.
No
helmet contact whatsoever there.
I don't understand why things are penalties anymore with the NFL. I mean, I guess they kind of hit his hand hit him in the helmet, but like,
oh my gosh.
Why is that a penalty?
All right,
Are they going to pick it up?
Unnecessary roughness.
I don't.
What a joke.
I don't understand the NFL anymore.
That's what happened.
Penalty. They called it on Lewis. Oh, that's just stupid. Oh, I hate this so much.
I do like RG3 though. Mm-hmm. Like I do like the fact that the RG3 was mentioned there. Like I mean, I think he's a guy who has looked. I think he's looked better than Lamar Jackson. I don't really think Lamar Jackson's looked all that great. So. I don't know. I think maybe if you come back down to Texas, wouldn't be so bad for RG3.
I think it'd be a good fit for the Cowboys. But now Houston has a great field position because of the penalty and because of the interception there as well. So at least there's a missed tackle there by the Cowboys. So not ideal Tyree Robinson kind of banged helmets there with Justin Martlow, but they should be okay. So anyway, keep the comments flowing about if the Cowboys need a backup quarterback. I saw one about Mike Glennon, RG3, Joshua Dobbs. It does depend on the price. I don't like giving up future picks for a backup quarterback. If you're the Cowboys, Dak Prescott has been very healthy in his NFL career.
Yep.
But I would be open to bringing in somebody else other than Cooper Rush. I was never that high on Rush. He had a great preseason last year. Hasn't looked as good this year, though, for the Cowboys. That's a big red flag for me. So,
well, I mean, there's a lot of red flags, I think. I mean, we're also like watching the 4th preseason game, so that was a good throw.
That was a good throw there. They picked on Tyree Robinson. That's Jordan Akins, the kid out of UCF. So, looks like Houston is still going to find a way to score on this drive there. Again, I am very concerned about the safety depth chart for the Cowboys. I don't trust the depth chart. They have Jeff Heath, they have Kevon Frazier, they have Xavier Woods. Woods probably going to miss week 1. Beyond that, I don't trust anyone. Now, I think Tyree Robinson is the most likely guy there to make the roster.
Okay.
But they got to get somebody else in there. Maybe it's not Earl Thomas, but they need somebody out there.
Because right now, Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback? We got that one.
I would like that. I think Kaepernick is a very good NFL player for his position. Not obviously a top 10 guy, top 15, top 20 guy, but he can be a quality player there. But I don't think Jerry Jones will ever bring in a kneeler.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That's kind of a
Bray's
no-go
asking, where's Harris at? Harris, where you at?
He's behind the scenes,
Mike. How you doing?
Yeah.
He's behind the action, but he's here. He's here in spirit. There's no doubt. And Cam just landed. He just landed his flight in, so he'll be back tomorrow,
good.
right?
Yeah, he'll be back tomorrow for a show.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Cam Rogers show Friday morning. We'll be back with Cam. No more Harris on the show instead. So
it's too bad. I like Harris.
Whatever you say. Texans do have the ball inside the 5, by the way. We'll see if Brandon Weeden can find a way to punch that in. Tried to do a fade route.
It's a bad pass.
Did not work. They tried to pick on Marquez White, but it wasn't a great throw by Weeden.
I mean, even if they were even trying to get like a penalty call right there, I mean, it's one of those where it wasn't even close. So I don't think that could have ever been a touchdown.
So, again, folks, you'll see the other scores rolling through there. Browns up big over Detroit. Some games started at 7 p.m. Eastern. Some started at 8 like this one. Some will start later. But all the games will be played tonight. And then on Saturday, you'll have your deadline for roster cuts. That's the main key there. So, by the way, Alfred Blue did just score a 4-yard touchdown. Looks like they ran a bit of a draw play there. So Texans take your lead. They had the pick 6 that was called back because Justin Reed did step out of bounds. Texans found a way to score anyway.
3rd and goal.
Yeah, 3rd and goal. They ran the football. They ran it the first time, lost a yard, tried to throw it. Now they give it back to Alfred Blue, and he ends up scoring. So 6-3, Texans lead.
Yep.
With that in mind, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. You get a 120% deposit bonus if you use the promo code CHAT120. You put in 100, they'll give you 120 free. You'll end up with $220 to spend.
Simple math, really. I mean, Tom,
math is tough, though.
Tom, I told you I didn't do well on my SATs, and this is easy enough for me where, guys, $100, you're going to get 120% bonus. You're going to end up with $220. So if you guys like the NFL, if you guys like the Cowboys, and if you like free money, check out BetDSI. You're not going to be disappointed. Chatsports.com/bet.
All right, 7-3, the Texans lead the Cowboys there. The extra point was good by Nick Rose. Some of you guys know him as he did go to Texas. Was almost blocked, though, by the Cowboys. So Houston up 7-3 right now. That's very impressive there for Houston. A good drive there, even though they were benefited by the penalty as well. So, but overall, it's week 4 of the preseason, right? Keep those comments flowing. We'll answer them throughout the show here. I'll scroll through some YouTube ones here. All right, let's see here.
I was born a Lions fan. I'm a diehard Lions fan. Well, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Andrew says he'd really like Kenny Vaccaro. He'd be a big addition. I wanted Kenny Vaccaro for quite some time. The issue is mainly for Vaccaro is that he's already signed with the Tennessee Titans. Did that a couple weeks back. He's not an option. In terms of available free agents, you're looking at someone like Eric Reed, who, as Ian Mash points out, would be a great ad, but it falls into the Colin Kaepernick scenario of, hey, Jerry's not going to sign off on a kneeler there.
Somebody just commented, this is from Black American, Patrick Mahomes will break Peyton Manning's season touchdown record. This is why I think Patrick Mahomes has a bright career, but just because you have a big arm doesn't always convert to a lot of production. And the hype is a little bit out of control for Mahomes, who started 1 game.
I want people to kind of recognize this also, that at Texas Tech, Mahomes had a huge arm, obviously, but it's also incredibly erratic, especially on deep balls. He can throw the ball really far, but honestly, at Texas Tech, he never had any idea where that ball was going. Never, especially when he threw it deep. And in my opinion, I think it's the same concept.
Mahomes is going to be a fun guy to watch this year because there's going to be moments of, oh my God, how did he do that? And also, oh my God, why did he do that? There's going to be a lot of up and downs there for Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see how that one ends up working out there for Mahomes and the Chiefs, but we'll see there.
I mean, he's just one of those guys. Again, he's got a big arm. Tyreek Hill can really stretch the field. Sammy Watkins is there, which I think is a good combo. And then, yeah, Travis Kelce's been an unbelievable tight end. Kareem Hunt led the league in rushing last year with 1,327 yards. Like, there's a lot of pieces around him. And I can get the, I totally understand the excitement, guys, believe me. But Alex Smith actually was pretty good last year. Led the NFL in a QBR, 104.7%, which is crazy to me. But Alex Smith was actually really good last year.
Someone chimed in and says to bring Witten back. That one's not going to happen for the Cowboys. I do see some questions here about why the Cowboys are trading Charvarius Ward. I guess they weren't going to have him on the roster, and they do need depth, but not at cornerback. I think they're okay if they want to bring in someone else there like that, be it Olumba, White, or Duke Thomas. They might be able to get some offensive line help back as well. So we'll see how that one goes there for the Cowboys. But Cowboys about to get the ball back here. Texans about to kick off. So we'll wait and see on what the trade is for Charvarius, where we don't know what Dallas is getting back yet. Once we do, we'll provide you guys with some updates there.
That was awesome. I know, if anybody was watching the game there, they were playing catch with fans in, the stands. I think that's the shit, that I love about, the NFL, what they can do, create memories and stuff. But, I don't know. That's cool. J.J. Watt, too, man. Shout out to you. You're freaking awesome.
All right, Mitch, you got something special planned for FanDuel. What is it?
I do have something special planned for FanDuel. And if you guys think that you're smarter than me with FanDuel or fantasy football, I want you guys to get at me. I want you guys to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, okay? FanDuel.com/chatsports. You're going to make a $5 deposit. Once you make a new account, you're going to get $20 for free. So you're going to have $25 to gamble with, right? You're going to be having fun. And if you guys want, slide in my DMs, send me a screenshot of your deposit and your screen name, and I'll invite you to my game. I'm giving away prizes. We're giving away possible jerseys, money. If you guys want nudes, maybe I can do that. I don't really know. No, you're not wouldn't be in that? All right. So. No nudes, but you guys can compete for free prizes. Slide into my DMs at MitchellRens365, FanDuel.com/chatsports.
So the Cowboys went with a 3 tight end set on the right there, and Chaz Green still got beat, ended up losing a yard on the carry, or maybe half a yard on the carry. But we did see Rico get on the field for the first time, although he's come back off. Looks like he is the 3rd tight end tonight, with behind Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz.
A lot of Jackson.
A lot of Jackson. I had originally thought that Bo Scarborough was going to make this roster for the Cowboys. We've seen a lot more of Darius Jackson tonight, which makes me think that Jackson right now is the front runner to be the Cowboys' number 3 back behind Rod Smith and behind Zeke Elliott.
How many carries do you think Zeke gets?
A lot.
Seriously,
whatever the over-under is right now, probably the over.
I mean, for me, I love Zeke, right? And he's a guy, 25 career games, 25 touchdowns, 22 rushing, 3 receiving. He can do a lot. But there's a part of me where I could literally see Zeke getting 400 touches this year, and, that would be incredible to me. And for anybody who plays, FanDuel, Zeke is one of those guys where you should invest on him on FanDuel. He's no doubt a slam dunk kind of guy, right? So 98.5 rushing yards per game last year. When you can get that kind of production every single week on FanDuel, you're going to pay for him, and he's no doubt going to be a safe pick then. When I can get a guy like Zeke. And then if you want to find somebody late, like a Michael Gallup who could have a big week on FanDuel, guys, that's how you win big on FanDuel.
All right. Cowboys had to punt again, by the way.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody cares about a punt. I'd much rather talk about FanDuel. Why not, right?
Yeah, exactly. I agree there. So Cowboys, they're a decent stop there. Another flag on special teams, though. There have been quite a few of those already. I see some more comments I want to get to here. Someone asking Andrew or maybe Doe, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Sorry, Andrew. Do you think Cutler would be a good veteran replacement for Cooper Rush? In terms of talent, yes, but Jay Cutler's not going to come out of retirement to be a backup.
I would hope not.
That does not interest him whatsoever. So that's not going to be an option there for Cutler. What else? I see some people asking about Bo Scarborough. I had thought Bo was going to make this roster. I am a little bit more concerned, though, overall, because of the way it's set up with Darius Jackson getting all this work early. That's what intrigues me.
Yeah, well, anytime somebody's going to start in this preseason game, we're talking about roster. This is the time where you need to show up and make those roster cuts. And right now, I really wanted to see Bo make this team, but
it's still. If Bo has a great second half, and I do think it's still a little bit more 50-50. But as I've mentioned before, Bo Scarborough, in my eyes, is the better pure runner. He is the better pure football player.
Okay.
The issue is that Darius Jackson brings you more in the passing game, brings you more most importantly on special teams. So when it comes to that last halfback spot, you typically prefer someone who can help you out on returns. Yeah. Who can help you out as the kick returner or as a gunner, whatever, something like that. That's not really Bo Scarborough's area. So you might see Dallas try and sneak Bo onto the practice squad here.
No, that's fair. I don't know, man. I like Bo running at Alabama, so I'm one of those guys. But
I understand you.
I got a question coming in. What are the chances that Khalil Mack gets traded?
We mentioned that earlier on our NFL Daily. I still don't think it would happen.
Yep.
But it is worth monitoring there.
Yeah, I don't think Khalil Mack's going to get traded either, but I do think he's going to sit out a few games. And that question, if I can pull that back up for you so I can actually give you a shout-out. Oh, I lost you. Rodrigo. If you like the Raiders, tune in. Raiders Report on YouTube. But, I think Khalil Mack's going to sit out the first few games. That contract situation
I think that does seem
ugly.
a little bit like that right
But
now.
I think they are going to end up paying him, just maybe not what he wants. So he'll have to come back, though, sooner rather than later. Bray giving a shout-out to DeVore. I appreciate that, Bray. This beer, though, is really good.
Yeah,
and it's an IPA.
Yeah, we're allowed to drink during this. So let us know what you guys are drinking in the comments section as well. Again, Texans lead the Cowboys 7-3. As we kind of expected, Mitchell, it's kind of been a bit of a boring football game. Beyond the Cooper Rush interception, which Cowboys fans, I know you guys don't really like all that much. But has not been that interesting.
Yo, these people don't like Chaz. I'm reading these comments.
I don't blame them at all.
I'm just saying, you guys are ripping this guy. This guy's getting up. Oh.
Chaz Green has not been a good football player, plain and simple.
What are the chances Terrell Owens makes a comeback? 0? Unless Cam was on here, you'd probably give it 0.1. Better chance, Terrell Owens or Des Bryant going to the Patriots?
Definitely Des Bryant, because Terrell Owens not coming back to the NFL. It's not happening. Sorry,
Jesse. Guys. Thanks, Jesse. It's a little too much information.
Yeah, we can't read that one. Sorry, buddy.
Appreciate it. Seems like you're in a shitty situation, though.
Halloween King says he'd move Rod Smith to tight end. I actually definitely would not. I think he would be big run there for the Texans. Troy Maine Pope there, because the Cowboys' second team defense, 13 defense is not very good. Rod Smith is actually a really good running back. He's a very talented player. I think once he becomes a free agent, he could get a starting job somewhere in the NFL. So I'm not moving Rod Smith to tight end, because heaven forbid Zeke goes down, you want Rod Smith back there.
He can catch the ball, too, which is really important. So, Zeke can catch the ball, too. Fun little fact, I'm pretty sure Zeke has both of Dak Prescott's longest touchdown passes. So, let's give him a little bit more credit there now.
Fair enough. All right, Houston, again, has the ball here, and the Cowboys defense does not look very good. So keep those comments flowing here. We'll keep them going throughout the show here. What else we got here? So again, some more Cooper Rush hate, which I understand he has not looked very good there. That's been a concern there. Thoughts on the Charvarius Ward trade? Again, we're waiting to see what the return is for Charvarius Ward. Once we get that in, we'll let you know. But as of right now, we are unaware of what that trade detail is going to look like in the end.
Yo, I love these comments.
You're having too much fun with them, aren't you?
Dude, well, you're the Cowboys expert, so I'm really letting you handle the Cowboys stuff. I can pitch in on the other NFL stuff, but I love Jesse. Okay, I'm done. I can literally hear the flush from here. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I love you guys. You guys are so much fun. We sit here in our office all the time reading these comments, and we literally laugh out loud because of how clever some of you guys are. And it's bad because I'm one of those guys where I want to fire back. I really want to give it back to you. And then there's sometimes where it's you guys got me, and I appreciate that. We all do. So I love these comments. Keep throwing them in there. It makes this show a lot more fun because this isn't just about us. This is a community, and we want to thank all you guys, for subscribing to Chat Sports. Tell your friends, tell your parents. Heck, tell some homeless guy on the street, subscribe to Chat Sports. We definitely appreciate it because the bigger this community gets, guess what? More shows we can do, and then the more interaction we can do with you guys. So there's something to do.
Good pressure there by the Cowboys. Kind of all four guys getting involved on that one. Looks like it's going to end up going to Daniel Ross on the actual sack there. So good job there by the Cowboys defense to get some action there.
Well, ultimately, again, I think this Cowboys team during the regular season, they will be able to get pressure. But right now they are struggling a little bit, even though they did just get a sack, but that took 6 seconds. So they are punting now, though. I want to see who's back here at punt return.
We'll see who's back there. Hopefully it's not Lance Lenore, even though it's probably going to be Lance Lenore, because that's just what the Cowboys seem to want to do for some strange reason, which I really don't understand. If he makes the roster and actually gets returns in games, I'm going to be very, very upset because he has no business there.
No. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom.
He's not a good return man. He's just not. And there's another flag, by the way. I think it's 70% of the special teams plays today have had a flag of some type.
Well, I always feel like special teams in general is a lot of kind of that kind of stuff, but now with all these new rules, man, it's tough. It's tough.
It is very indeed tough there. So again, sponsored by Chat Sports or BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. You can use promo code CHAT120. You'll get a 120% deposit bonus. We thank them for coming along on today's show.
And for anybody who's not very good at math, Tom, if I give you $100 to put on BetDSI, how much am I going to be able to play with?
But you put down 100?
Put down $100.
They're going to give you 120 for free for a grand total of 220.
So you guys, if you like money and if you like football, if you like any sport, head over to BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet, 120% bonus.
Texans again lead the Cowboys. We'll get to see some more Cooper Rush action, though, see if he can bounce back after that rather bad interception, though.
Yeah, I mean, you never like to see anybody struggle, but this is just one of those cases where I never understood the love for Rush.
Michael Gallup's
out there. Hey.
First a catch there, not a first down, but close enough to it. You know?
That's good. It's probably their closest to a first down. You got to get Gallup the ball. Yo, shout out to Gallup. I met Gallup at the NFFC.
You did. When's he coming on the Cowboys report? What not playing?
He's going to be coming soon. I think once this is over, I'm talking to his agent. We're going to get Michael on the show. So
there we go. Like that.
I'll be honest though. I don't think he's 6'1". I don't think he's 6'1". Because I'm 5'11", and he's not 6'1".
I've only seen Rico out there for one snap, by the way. That was on a 3 tight end set. I've seen plenty of Blake Jarwin, plenty of Dalton Schultz, but the Cowboys keep trying to run the football, and the offensive line is just losing it every single play here, more or less. Like, they're getting beat every chance that happens.
Well, sorry, I'm reading these comments, Tom.
I know you are.
The Cowboys are going to go 8-8 again. Texans are going to be the champs. I don't agree with that. Bray asked me, where do you think Dez is signing? Bray, I have absolutely no idea. I think he's going to go to a winning team. Probably like when some veteran receiver goes down. I mean, I would imagine that's probably when. But
that would make sense. I'm glad they're giving me so many replays of the Cowboys' offensive line because it's
not good.
That was Damian Mama, I think, who just got beat. Like, plain and simple, just got beat.
I mean, the guy didn't even make a move. He just power rushed him, and that was it.
It's not been great. So, again, on Rico, I've seen him for one snap. I suppose I might have missed one, but he hasn't played very much there for the Cowboys. That one was a throwaway. I'm not going to do that.
What are we doing? I'm not blaming that on Rush. I'm just saying, that's one of those plays I never understand at times, like this rollout, because if this guy's not open, it's a dead play.
Exactly.
And what are you even going to do? You're going to throw it to your tight end. Hopefully he gets 2 yards. There's certain plays like that I just don't get. Just don't get. Will Nick Foles spend his whole year in Philly? Oh.
I think so, yes.
Yeah?
I do think so.
Yeah. I mean, unless, a team that's maybe playoff caliber loses their starting quarterback halfway through and they have to make a trade, then maybe you might see Nick Foles go, but I can't imagine the Eagles feel very confident in letting a guy like Nick Foles go who was Super Bowl MVP. So, because Wentz, I don't think is going to play week 1 personally.
I am not as convinced that you'll see Wentz miss week 1, but I do think it's enough of a fear that you're going to see Foles, and they're not going to trade him mid-year. That doesn't bring them enough benefit, so I do think you'll see Foles play the entire season with Philadelphia. Okay. Unless someone really good gets hurt like tonight for some crazy reason there, and then we'll see what happens.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Another question coming in. My screen is covered in slobber. Hopefully it's because you told your dog to watch.
Why are you reading all the weird comments?
Because I'm a weird guy and I like to have fun, Tom.
Bad drop, by the way, for Darius Jackson there on third down. Not that it would have been a first down, but not what you want to see.
I got a ring in my ear right now, Tom, and I don't know what it is.
What's wrong with you tonight?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. What's going on with you guys? What are you guys doing tonight? What are you doing while you're watching the show? What's going on? Do you have any weekend plans? It's Thursday. What kind of beer are you drinking? I'm drinking an IPA. Shout out to Devore. What are you drinking, Tom? You're drinking Shiner Bock because he's a true Texan. So.
Of course I am.
Actually, right. I shouldn't call you a true Texan. I probably shouldn't do that. But
no, it's fair enough. Cowboys had to punt again, so we're almost at the end of the first half here. Hasn't been all that great. You see Browns, Lions there. For those of you wondering, it's actually a half-point spread in favor of the Browns for the second half tonight on BetDSI. Again, halftime lines only affects the second half of the game. So if the Browns score one more point than the Lions, you'll have won that bet. Damn. Everything else is actually very tightly compacted. Games at halftime right now. Patriots, Giants is actually a pick 'em.
Pick 'em.
So you pick the team that scores more points at chatsports.com/bet. You put in chat 120 as the promo code. You'll get a 120% deposit bonus. Put in 100, they'll give you 120 free for a total of 220.
If you like football,
halftime lines are fun.
See, halftime lines are tricky though. Because I always feel like there's a lot of teams, especially like the Patriots, they're going to come out in the second half and they're going to ball. It's one of those things. I think halftime bets, those are the tricky ones.
I actually find that there's a little bit more upside to it because the lines are normally much more compacted. Like you look at the lines right now. Colts Bengals is a pick'em. Dolphins Falcons, it's a half-point favorite in favor of Miami, who has, by the way, kind of torched the Falcons.
Yeah, they're winning, what, 24-0?
I actually really like that bet right now. Browns and Lions, again, half-point bet. And the Patriots Giants is a pick'em. So which team's going to score more points in the second half only? Take your pick.
Okay.
Halftime lines are quite fun, and all the over-unders are around 16.5, 17 total.
Damn.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to do that, you want to bet, you go to chatsports.com/bet. If you put in $100, you're getting a 120% bonus. That's $220. Again, football, free money. Sign me up.
6-3 is the score of that Giants-Patriots game. The over-under is 16.5. I think I might take the under on that one.
Take the under. Giants just have the Patriots number. I think we can all agree on that.
Okay. Yeah, you're just trying to rile up producer Harris there, aren't you?
I wouldn't do that.
See, again, Browns up 25-0. Bengals up 20-7. That one's a pick-em. I lean toward the Bengals because they've blown them out so far.
Yeah, but again, I mean, we're talking about like they're going to put in totally different teams. They're going to put in like 5th and 6th string.
Well, the 5th and 6th string doesn't exist. In week 4, it's in particular easy because it's pretty much the same guys out there. Some adjustments, maybe a different quarterback, but like which team has the better depth? Oh, it's the Bengals, right?
I guess.
Yeah, see?
I mean, sure.
I already put down my $5 on this game.
I wonder if Joe Flacco's playing in the 4th game. He should be.
No, he's not. Oh, now you're trying to rile up Cam even though he's not even watching. That's what you're trying to do.
Cam's watching, I guarantee it.
Has he landed yet?
He's landed.
Okay, well, there you go. Once again, that's chatsports.com/bet. The promo code is chat120. Almost to the end of the first quarter here, and it's kind of maybe not as bad as week 3's game if you're a Cowboys fan, but it's been pretty boring so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of action besides the 57-yard field goal by John Mayer, whatever the heck his name is.
Brett Mayer.
Brett Mayer.
That's funny, though. I appreciate that.
Good. He's going to be president after that kick.
Ooh, we get to see some Joe Webb as the Texans run the read option, and Webb makes it work pretty well there.
But, yeah, ultimately, this has been a pretty boring first half. But it's 4th preseason game. We're having fun. We're live with you guys. So throw in those comments. Let's interact with each other and get to drink beer. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Again, folks, keep those comments coming. We'll scroll through some more. We do have the update for you on Charvarius Ward. We'll get to that in a second as well here. See some questions about Michael Gallup being a week 4 starter or starter by week 4.
Yes.
It actually wouldn't surprise me at all. It would not surprise me whatsoever.
I think he should be. I think he's the best wide receiver on their team.
I think Cole Beasley is better. I think Hearns is a little bit more trustworthy right now.
Trustworthy.
But by the end of the year,
talent.
It's
pure
gonna,
talent.
Pure talent. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, Gallup's a great route runner, and I think with a guy like Dak, I think they're going to mesh really well together. And I mean, you saw in that very first preseason game, 30-yard touchdown, and I think right now reports out of camp. I don't know, man. I like Gallup. I like Gallup a lot.
All right, folks. Once again, I am Tom Downey. That is Mitchell Renz alongside me. We do have the have happen. Heading to the Cowboys in exchange for cornerback Charvarius Ward is offensive lineman Parker Enger, a former relatively high draft pick. He was on the roster bubble in Kansas City. For those of you wondering if this is a Chaz Green replacement, yeah, it is. This is some more offensive line depth for the Cowboys. He'll be one of their top offensive linemen off the bench. He can play guard and tackle. I like this trade quite a bit for Dallas. Both teams trade players that may or not have actually made the roster, and they fill needs here. So I like this move for Dallas to get Enger in there. He's going to be a player that makes this roster, obviously, and it's probably going to be active on most game days in the end, I think.
So how many snaps do you think he would play?
Ideally, 0.
Ideally, 0.
Ideally, 0. He is a backup, but if there's another injury on the interior of the offensive line while Travis Frederick is out, I think he might be the first guy up. I think there's an outside chance here that he actually could end up potentially taking over as the swing tackle here, even though I don't think that's going to be the case. He was a round 4 pick back in 2016 out of Cincinnati. So that's the update there. The Cowboys trade away Charvarius Ward, an undrafted rookie, and they get a 2016 4th-round pick in Parker Enger back in exchange. He'll be on your roster. He'll be one of the top backup offensive linemen. Cowboys found a way to fill a big need there with some more offensive line depth.
3rd and 7, taking a shot deep down the left side. Webb, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good ball, but just a little bit out of the reach of whoever the heck number 12 is on.
I will pull that up here as I do have the roster in front of me. That is Bruce Ellington.
Bruce Ellington, okay.
Trying to pick on Duke Thomas there, a potential guy that could be your 5th cornerback.
You know what
for
I
the
hate,
Cowboys.
Tom? I hate when a defender has like nothing to do with the play and still does like the finger wag, like the Dikembe finger wag. Like, come on. He just overthrew him. It drives me insane.
Duke Thomas didn't do anything there. So another punt here upcoming for Houston because, well, Shane
Leckler looks like he's had a beer or two in his life.
Well, he's a punter. You don't need to be in great shape if you're a punter.
Dude, what a life.
Like, that's fine.
Fair catch.
Every time Lance Lenore is on returns, I get really concerned. At least he hasn't muffed any tonight. I appreciate that. Now he's all upset because there wasn't a running into the return man guy penalty.
He didn't run. Nobody ran into him though.
They like tapped him. Like, it wasn't worth a penalty. Like.
Oh, maybe in today's NFL.
Good point there. So, Cowboys will get another chance on offense here. Maybe Cooper Rush can bounce back a little bit. He really has not looked all that great so far for the Houston Texans, or for the Dallas Cowboys against the Houston Texans.
I think right now the best thing about this preseason game is probably that chick in the front row. Oh, and she's gone.
Okay.
Love you,
You're going to get yourself in trouble, buddy.
I am single AF, and I have a good time. And
Bo Scarborough in the game now for the Cowboys. So there's your first sighting just before the end of the first quarter. So one play for Bo.
5 seconds left.
So far.
That's not a great sign, though, if he didn't play at all in the first half of the fourth preseason game.
First quarter.
Yeah. And a run of -1, and that is the end of the first quarter.
Looks like Chaz Green is out of the game, but by the way, for those of you who hate Chaz Green. So
probably for the best.
There you go.
Bad. That sucks.
There you go. So end of the first quarter there, 7-3. Texans lead your Cowboys. Keep those comments flowing, folks. We'll answer quite a few throughout the show here. Andrew asks if Chris Jones is a Pro Bowl punter. I think he's close enough to it. I don't really place too much value into who is your Pro Bowl punter, who is your Pro Bowl kicker. Like, it is what it is. But back on Parker Enger, I like the trade. Number 5 corner for, let's say, a number 7 offensive lineman, potentially. I think that makes a lot of sense for the Cowboys.
And I think it makes a lot of sense for the Chiefs, too, for what that matters. I mean, they definitely need help in the second team.
Yeah, they do. So I like Charvarius Ward again. I thought he was going to make the Cowboys roster. That was my projection, which lasted about 2 hours before it was being wrong. I did have, though, player TBD to be on the offensive line, so I did get that one right.
So I got a question coming in. Hey, guys, who do you think wins the AFC East?
Patriots.
Really?
Exactly.
Producer Harris all mad about that one. I had to think about it because I'm like, wait, what?
I had to go on the cam.
All right, here's a question.
What's up?
Here's a question, and to all you. Who wins more games, the Patriots, okay, or the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills combined?
That's a really interesting question. I'm going to take combined.
I'm going to say combined, too.
Yeah?
I think the Jets are going to win 7 games.
7 games for the Jets?
I think that their defense is a lot better than people give them credit for. I would expect Jamal Adams to take a big step forward this year. I really like their D-line, even without Muhammad Wilkerson. And if their offensive line is just slightly better than crap, they will be able to move the ball. And that's all they need to do. They're going to win a lot of close games this year. They'll be like the Raiders 2 years ago who just won a bunch of one-possession games. I could see the Jets being that team this year.
I'll take combined because the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins all play each other twice.
I get it.
So you've got wins right there.
I mean, the comments are going with combined.
I go with combined, too.
So Andrew says, I believe in Sam Darnold. I mean, you're definitely the NFL draft expert there. I mean, I like Sam Darnold, too. I
like
thought
Darnold.
He's looked really well. Like,
I think he went to a good spot. And
Yeah.
fit matters a lot more than I think we generally want to admit. Obviously, Deshaun Kaiser was not a good fit in Cleveland, for example. It didn't work out. Deshaun Watson, obviously a very good fit in Houston. I think Sam Darnold is a good fit for the Jets. I think Josh McCown, even though he's not the quarterback's coach, is going to be a big influence on his development.
One thing I underrated in my draft process, and Tom, I don't know if you don't have to agree with me on this one. I think I underestimated his overall football intelligence. Because what we're hearing out of Jets camp is that the dude memorized their entire playbook in like 2 weeks. And then like whether or not the Jets playbook is something advanced is another reason or not, but if he's able to get a full NFL playbook into his head in 2 weeks, that's wildly impressive.
I agree. That is indeed impressive. So a lot of action for Lance Lenore. Another catch here as they threw a screen to him because this makes me think the Cowboys are going to roster Lance Lenore this year, which I actually hate quite a bit. I hate that. What do you have,
Are you sure his name isn't Lenoir?
It's Lenore.
It's spelled Lenoir.
It is Lenore.
I know it is, but
the pronunciation
Lenoir.
guide from his college says it is Lenore.
Big missed opportunity.
Lance Lenore.
I have an Aunt Lenore.
Thanks for the drop in there, Mitch. Appreciate it.
Aunt Lenore, if you're watching, what's going on?
More Bo Scarborough on the field here for you, which makes me feel better about James making the roster. More Lance Lenore action. So, takeaways so far. I would lean toward Darius Jackson being your number 3 back. I kind of think that they're going to find a way to put Lance Lenore on the roster, which I don't really like all that much. I don't think that's a good way to go about doing it. I would rather have somebody else on the roster. I think you can put Lance on the practice squad. Who's going to claim him? Who's going to go try and get Lance Lenore?
The Patriots.
Why?
Because their receivers are horrible.
Are they just going to bring back Brandon LaFell at some point then?
Do you know what? I keep saying the receivers are terrible.
They are
but this is
terrible.
also a team that won 12 games with Kenbrell Tompkins as the best wide receiver on the team.
Really nice catch there by Mikael McKay. Leaped up. I think he's going to be a practice squad guy.
Back shoulder, too. Nice.
He has some size. I've seen him play a little bit from his time in college.
Name.
He does have a great name. Good throw by Cooper Rush. Good placement. Better catch, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's executed perfectly back shoulder, but I mean, when the guy that tall going up and high pointing the ball, that was pretty. And he turned around at the right time. He's pumped up about it, too, which I like to see. So.
Jesse, Lance is not the next Moss. I'm pretty sure you're trolling, so I appreciate the effort.
All right, who wins the AFC West, Tom?
I would lean towards the Chargers right now. A nice run there, by the way, by Bo Scarborough. Nice gain of 5. I like that for Bo. I like to see him get involved. Yeah, I know you do, too.
I want to see him get involved, too. I mean, he's a tough runner. And then for terms of AFC West, hopefully none of my Raiders guys are watching the show, but I'm going to go with the Chargers as well.
Well, there you go. Get to some more Facebook comments, I'm sure, here throughout the show. So keep those coming on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Tommy wants Cooper Rush cut. I don't think you'll see Dallas do that. So apologies on that one for you folks. For those of you that want Rush gone. How quickly things have changed.
Yeah, I know,
From
right?
Rush might be better than Dak to Rush has to go now.
I actually wanted to bring this up really quick. We have a lot of Cooper Rush sucks comments.
Oh, Gallup dropped it.
Yeah, Gallup
Rush
dropped that
is
one.
awful. We got a couple more coming in here. I'll get them.
I mean, Gallup.
We do have this one ready. We have a great 3 comment coming in from Ethan. Ready? Everyone, it's preseason. Calm down.
Good point, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan.
Very good point.
Ethan.
Keeping all of our heads on straight.
Pulling up here the Cowboys stats on my handy-dandy Chat Sports app. 6 of 12 for Rush, 45 yards, and 1 interception. Rushing, God, the Cowboys offense has been just friggin' brutal so far. 51 yards of total offense. That's pretty bad. And Bo Scarborough drops a pass. Not what he needs to have.
That was bad.
That is a drop for Darius Jackson and a drop for Bo Scarborough. Jackson has 5 carries for 1 yard. Granted, it wasn't really all of his fault because the offensive line has been brutal so far. Bo Scarborough has 2 carries for 5 yards. Both players, by the way, have a long of 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much worried about the long. I want to see how they run between the tackles. I mean, that's a bad drop there on a 3rd down, which I don't like to see. And then the play before that, Michael Gallup dropped a sure 1st down. So that's 2 back-to-back plays that's the stuff that just can't happen. You need to be able to extend drives. And I mean, these guys are young though. I mean, a lot of these guys. So I mean, big spotlight.
Good question I like here from Big Man Spurs 4 on YouTube is, which is more likely, the Cowboys having 4 running backs or 4 tight ends? I'm pretty torn on that. I think they'll go 3 and 3, but I guess you can cheat and say Tavon Austin counts as a half-back, and
that's cheating.
And you go 3.5 there.
That's cheating.
Yeah,
that's cheating. I don't think you could do that.
Yeah. So
make him answer.
I do see one on will Jerron Johnson make the roster? Maybe he does know the Chris Richard scheme. Maybe he gets not over a Tyree Robinson, but I certainly hope not. I would much rather have a better safety. I don't know how else to describe that one, but I think you can do better than Jerron Johnson if you're the Cowboys as your number 3 or number 4 safety. You can't have that guy there. Please.
Tom, I want to act like I know who Jerron Johnson is, but I don't.
It's okay. You don't have to. He's bounced around. He played a little bit with the Seahawks, a little bit with the Redskins as well, and he was also coaching high school football a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it was that guy. We were talking about him earlier. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? All right. Where's Cam? Cam will be back tomorrow morning for the Cam Rogers Show, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, so you guys can tune in, see Cam's, I don't want to say beautiful face, average face, live on Facebook and on YouTube. So Cam Rogers Show, live, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Tune in.
All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code CHAT120. They'll give you a 120% deposit bonus. You can also bet on their current halftime lines going on right there. I'll update that, give you guys the newest odds here as we approach halftime for the Cowboys-Texans game here. But Mitchell, you're a big fan of BetDSI, I know that.
Love BetDSI, and anytime that I can get free money, guys, and anytime I can bet on NFL, and it's even more than just betting on games. You can bet on over-unders like, is Ezekiel Elliott going to have 9.5 touchdowns this year? Yeah, I'm going to take the over on that. But with BetDSI, there's so much variation. So if you want to bet on player stats, if you want to bet on if the Cowboys are going to win or not, that's all the awesome stuff that you guys can do at BetDSI. So if that interests you, which it should because free money and football, head over to chatsports.com/bet.
Halftime line going on right now. Jags and the Bucks. It is a pick 'em The over-under is 16.5. So whichever team you think is going to score more points in the second half, pick them. If you win, there you go.
I guess the Bucks.
Pretty simple. Bucks are up 10-3, so that game's actually about to be halftime there. So
we'll go with the Bucks.
Yeah, we'll go with the Bucks.
We'll go with the Bucks.
It's a 50-50 coin flip, you know? Yeah, there you go.
Bucks.
All right, Houston has the ball again. Joe Webb remains on the field at quarterback for the Houston Texans. So, kind of a boring game, though, as we've mentioned many times.
I mean, it's one of those things, though. I mean, it's the 4th preseason game. And if anything, out of all the preseason games, like, technically, like, this is probably the game that means the most to the guys playing right now, because this is literally like, I'm getting my job. That was close to a pick. Mm-hmm. That was a bad pass.
Yeah, Joe Webb is a fun player because he can do a bunch of different things for you. Even can help you out even as a receiver. He's done that before. He can help you out on special teams if you need to as well. But not always the best pure quarterback in the end.
Why not saying Chargers? Gotcha.
Texans lead the Cowboys 7-3. Folks, keep those comments coming on YouTube and on Facebook. I see a comment about Michael Dixon. Is he the GOAT?
Yes.
He's a great punter. That was no doubt there.
Just remember that the Seahawks are going to win by Russell Wilson running for his life and field position with Michael Dixon. They're going to be like the Rams like 2 years ago, and all they had was Johnny Hecker and nothing else. And they somehow won like 5 games because their field position battle was just incredible every game.
Well, next question. Will Lev Bell play week 1 from Gary Sanderson?
Yes, he will. He'll be back for week 1. I have no doubts about that one. I don't know
he's
when he'll
playing-
report. He'll
He's
be
playing
back.
for a contract.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, do I take Le'Veon Bell in fantasy football? Like, yes, you 100% take Le'Veon Bell. I think what the Steelers are going to do this year, remember what the Cowboys did with DeMarco Murray? They ran him into the ground. Mm-hmm. That's what the Steelers are going to do with Lev Bell. They're literally going to run him into the ground, and then he's going to go next year, and that's gone. That was a good play.
Really nice play by Charles Tapper. Almost had an interception there. Leaped at the line, hit it right off his chest. Good play, though. Good play. Like to see Tapper makes plays. He also could be some trade bait for the Cowboys because they got a lot of defensive end depth overall. That was a screen pass, and no one managed to get any hands on Charles Tapper coming off the edge, so he had a clear path there and just got his hands up there.
I mean, that's all. I mean, that's a good play, though. I mean, it would have been sick if he would have caught it. I don't know how you catch a 60-mile-an-hour football 2 yards away, but it still would have been sick. I mean, I don't know, ultimately. All right, let's see another question we got coming up in here.
Lev Bell, new team or retirement? It'll be a new team. He's not going to retire. Someone's going to pay him quite a bit of nice money there.
Okay, Tom, who has a stronger receiving core, Texans or Cowboys?
Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. Done. Done.
And on to the next one. Out of the entire NFL, who's the most likely to be cut? I don't, what?
Chaz Green. There you go.
I guess. Out of the entire NFL, who's going to get cut? A lot of guys. A lot of guys will get cut. Let's see here. Lev Bell's going to be a bust. I don't know if he's going to be a bust. Like, I mean, the guy was really good last year.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't like predict injuries, Tom, so it's hard to do that.
Joe Bishop on Facebook's asked if Cooper Rush is really our backup. He sees nothing good for him. The Cowboys have taken the approach that it's the entire body of work. So the games have been bad this year for Cooper Rush minus the first one. Last year's preseason was actually very good for Rush. And I think the Cowboys are putting more emphasis on that when the offensive line wasn't getting destroyed every single play. So I think that's a good thing on that end for the Cowboys and Rush. But I agree, I've been very disappointed by Rush this preseason. That's a big red flag for me. I wouldn't mind looking in for a different backup quarterback. I just don't know if the Cowboys are actually going to approach it in that way.
Tom.
I know you've been very underwhelmed by Cooper Rush so far.
Oh, he's just, I mean, he's making bad decisions. His arm's not as strong as what I would have liked. And I don't know, on that one rollout where he was picked off, I mean, you would have thought he had a Brett Favre kind of arm, and he just floated one in like Chad Pennington in his prime. Like, come on. Like, let's be real.
Hey, Chad Pennington in his prime could rip it.
Yeah. Yep.
I love Chad Pennington. He is my favorite AFC East quarterback that isn't Tom Brady. He was so good. He was the only one who could ever beat the Patriots.
You see it right there up on your screen, the America's Team shirt. Go to teespring.com/America's Team. You can get one for yourself. What an awesome shirt, Mitch.
America's Team.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Can I swear? No? You know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't swear. But don't let anyone tell you that the Cowboys are not America's team, because they are.
Oh, they definitely are. And I mean, the Texans even like the Cowboys. They're the apple of the Texans' eye.
Yeah, the Texans have that little star in their eye. Clearly, they're just trying to be the Cowboys there.
Mitch, that joke wasn't funny when you said it pre-show, and that joke isn't funny.
It's still funny. It's funny to me. As long as I can make myself laugh, that's what I care about.
That's fair. Touche.
Yeah, Texans lead 7-3 there. Joe Webb just went incomplete, so it's 3rd and 12. There'll probably be another punt here for the Houston Texans.
Tim Tebow comeback? Probably not.
No. He's going to stick with baseball, plain and simple.
He's on the Mets. Shout out to the Mets. What's your favorite baseball team? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, I guess you can do that there.
I like the Mets. Awesome.
All right, 3rd and 12 here. Joe Webb. Texans had a couple of nice first downs and a lot of room for Joe Webb, but he's not going to get that first down. So at least Cooper Rush will get another chance here with the ball coming up. Maybe the Cowboys offense can finally get something going here.
I mean, I want to see something. I need to see some sort of action, or else I'm about to rip through even more beers, and I don't know if anybody wants that. But I mean,
yeah. Harris is drinking Miller Lite back there.
Miller High Life.
Oh, that's Miller High Life to you, sir.
Sorry.
Owner of the greatest beer commercial of all time.
Sorry.
I don't know about that.
Austin Larkin has made a couple nice plays in this game overall with disruption and making some plays downfield. I don't think he's not going to make the roster. I don't think he's a practice squad guy, but I've seen more than I thought I was going to after he came out of Purdue when he just didn't look very good overall as a defensive end.
All right, here's the question for you, Tom. Terrence Williams is going to have his best season, okay? I want to know from you then, how many receptions this year for Terrence Williams?
40? We'll see how long.
What does a great season from him look like?
I don't think it's going to be his best year. I think Michael Gallup will surpass him sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah. Michael Gallup's a superior wide receiver. Better route runner. His hands, I would assume, are better. And just ultimately, like, Michael Gallup, I think, is going to mesh really well with a guy like Dak Prescott. So I'm on the Michael Gallup hype train.
I really don't like Lance Lenore being on returns. I get the Cowboys going to keep giving him reps, and that wasn't anything disastrous there. But there was another penalty, by the way, on a return play. But I don't think you need to see Coop. I don't think you need to see him on the field anymore, frankly, at least in my eyes. No,
I mean, I want to know why you don't like this guy so much.
Because he doesn't bring you anything on returns. He makes more mistakes than he makes positive, good, productive plays that, a Cole Beasley couldn't do or Darius Jackson couldn't do by themselves. And he's nothing more than a wide receiver 4 or 5.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to become a 3 or a 2. So why is he on the roster?
Maybe because they don't want the other guys to get hurt, and maybe that's why they're just putting him back there now.
Okay, that's fine, but I don't want him on the active roster.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this is his 4th preseason game. Has he been playing the entire preseason for the Cowboys as punt returner? Has he?
Yeah, he's played a very good portion of it. He had a disastrous game against Arizona. I know you weren't here for that, but he muffed 2 punts. One of them was not his fault. Byron Jones kind of leg whipped him, The other one was trying to do his over-the-shoulder Willie Mays catch and muffed it, ended up being a Cardinals touchdown on the play.
Willie Mays is my dad's favorite baseball player.
I'm sure it's many favorite players, many dad's favorite baseball players.
Yep, well. And the Falcons are getting whooped by the Dolphins, 24-7. That one's ugly AF there. And there's a timeout break, guys, right now, so nothing much going on. The Buccaneers are ahead 10-3.
Any more questions we got coming in on Facebook and YouTube?
Let's see what we got going on here down low.
Cowboys Nation 214. What did I miss? Tom and I talking about the Cowboys, talking about all sorts of things. All sorts of good stuff, obviously. Drinking some beers. If you're drinking beers, let us know. Whatever you're doing, if you're watching the show, maybe with your daughter, son, whatever, comment. Wouldn't mind that at all. Do we have any good Facebook comments there, Harris?
Yeah, we got one. From Joe Bishop, who's going to be our starting offensive lineman.
From left to right, Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Joe Looney, Zach Martin, and Lael Collins. You're not going to see Travis Frederick play week 1. He's still recovering from his own health concerns. Guillain-Barré syndrome is the name of it.
Well, I really hope the offensive line is everything it's cracked up to be, because I got a lot of shares of Zeke in fantasy football, so I am hoping. My big league that I'm in with 900 people, I got Zeke, so I need that team to be good. I need Zeke to be good, and that's the offensive line, ultimately.
Yeah, so I tried to get Zeke in my main fantasy league. I didn't get him. He went number 2 overall.
Ooh.
So I just settle for...
Here's a question for you. Does Pete Carroll get fired if the Seahawks don't make the playoffs?
No.
I don't think so. I think it has to take a pretty bad season for them for that to actually go down.
I think they could have a pretty bad season. I really do.
But it's not his fault.
How?
Because the front office first of all, let go of a lot of their veteran players. Cam Chancellor's gone. They won't play Earl Thomas. They keep drafting like crap, especially in the offensive line. I know that Pete Carroll's a part of that, but it's not his fault. They're like, realistically, this is going to be probably their first bad season in what, 8 years? Like, I don't think that's
Last
Pete
year was
Carroll.
bad.
So last year they were what, 9-7.
But last year they were bad because half the defense was gone with injuries. I mean, they lost Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman in the middle of the season. It's just there was too many moving parts last year. This is going to be their first bad year. Last year was injuries. This year it's the roster.
I mean, I feel so bad for Russell Wilson. I feel horrible.
He carries that team. He really
is
does.
that team.
Yeah.
They scored 34 touchdowns last year, Tom. Russell Wilson was responsible for 33 of them.
Not ideal. Not ideal by any means.
Not even a little bit. Like, J.D. McKissick is the only other guy on the Seahawks that scored a touchdown.
I know this is going to sound a little bit strange. I find that in the modern day NFL, coaches always take the fall for bad GMs. And, like, it's not Pete Carroll's fault that the Seahawks have been drafting like crap. Like, all those first-round offensive linemen that they've taken, again, he's been a part of it, but so is John Schneider. Like, it's a team process, and I don't think blaming Pete Carroll's the problem. I mean, without him, they wouldn't even be here.
I mean, I think you could also say that, like, think about, like, Pete Carroll, like, right when he first started at USC. They were really good, and then after a few years, I think they figured him out a little bit.
True.
Rico Gathers is on the field, if anybody
Oh,
cares.
good. Rico sighting.
Rico.
Somebody
Looks
lost
like
a shoe.
one of the linemen have to get their shoes figured out there.
Here, do you know what? Just because Rico's playing, will Rico Gathers make the roster? Tom?
I don't think he's going to. No.
Good.
I don't think he's going to either because from what I've listened to from the Cowboys report, Tom's not too high on him, and Tom knows his shit.
Don't
So
think
He's not an
going
NFL
to.
caliber tight end. Sorry. Case closed.
He's not an NFL caliber blocking tight end.
there you
Put it
go.
that way.
There you go.
Look, if Jalen Ramsey says that Gronk isn't good, I wonder what he has to say about Rico Gathers.
Jalen Ramsey, dude, shout out to you, man. You just rip people, and I love it. Like, I think like that's what the NFL needs again, like kind of like that nastiness back to it because it's kind of soft right now. So that's kind of upsetting.
Cowboys do have the ball, but today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet, and you can bet right now on some halftime lines. By the way, that Redskins-Raven line literally just changed. It went from minus 0.5 and plus 0.5 for the Redskins and the Ravens. It is now a halftime pick-up.
Oh, damn. I'm going to pick.
If you saw it earlier, we actually had it up there as minus and plus, and we had to change
I
it.
hate the Ravens, and I understand Joe Flacco's not even playing in this game, but I'm going to take the Redskins and my pick 'em because, well, Tom, I can't stand the Ravens.
I understand. Well, if you're going to play with the halftime lines, we have an exclusive offer for you. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code CHAT120. It's right there on your screen when you sign up and deposit, and you'll get a 120% deposit bonus. So if you put in $100, you'll get 120 free to bet on. Ends up being $220 total.
Sounds good to me. Free money. Football.
Exactly right. Also at halftime right now, Panthers and the Steelers. The Panthers are 1-point favorites. The Steelers are actually 1-point underdogs in that one.
What's the score?
That's one of the higher halftime lines we've seen so far.
Yeah, I want to know what the score of that one is, though.
Let me pull it up for you on my handy-dandy Chat Sports app then, my friend.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. Shout out Chat Sports app. Find it.
At the half, it is the Steelers 25 and the Panthers 7. So that's why it's the
That's
full point in
gross.
favor of,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Mason Rudolph, I know I saw him throw a touchdown. Shout out to Mason.
Let me check out the stats here for Pittsburgh. Mason's got a touchdown. Josh Dobbs has a TD. Josh Dobbs actually has 2 touchdowns, one on the ground, one through the air.
Maybe he won't get traded.
Well, they can't carry
LOL.
4 quarterbacks. A Michael Gallup sighting, by the way, for you, too.
Nice little Michael Gallup sighting.
Yeah.
Quick little pass there on the left side. He ran it for another about 6 yards. I'm a big Michael Gallup fan.
Indeed. I think it looks like our scoreboard says it was Rico Gathers. It was Michael Gallup, though.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
Let's get back to these scores. Let's see what we got going on
Yeah,
across the NFL. What
we
do you
just had the
think,
Cooper Rush sack as well. There was a penalty, though, on Houston, so it actually negated a Cowboys fumble.
Oh.
So a lucky break for Dallas then. Maybe that'll help spur Cooper Rush into a decent enough drive there for the Cowboys.
Here comes
Tom,
the draw
question for
by
you.
Bo.
Sup?
First down.
Are you worried about the Cowboys' turnovers from preseason, or are you okay with it because you know it's a lot of backups?
It was all backups. Like, I mean, it's not good by any means.
Because like 8
but,
turnovers.
But it's not like Dak Prescott threw 3 picks.
Fair.
Like, if that happened, I'd be a little bit concerned. But Dak Prescott, when he was on the field, played very well. It was Cooper Rush playing with Rod Smith, not even every wide receiver, and Cam Fleming, Chaz Green, Kadeem Edwards, and Joe Looney on the line. They had 1 starter on that offensive line.
That's not what you want.
So I'm not overly concerned. And by the way, I do see more Rico Gathers on the field right now for the Cowboys too.
Somebody says burn Rico.
That was nearly picked off. Wasn't a great throw from Rush to McKay, but not exactly an ideal one either.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a little bit behind him. I mean, and you're going over the middle, like that's tough. I mean, you're definitely hearing footsteps here. I mean, pretty good route, pretty good slant. Second time I saw it, a little bit high. Probably still should have caught it though.
I mean, look, it hit him in the hands. It
Yeah.
was high,
Should've caught it.
but my rule, and because I played receiver, was hits you in the hands, you're supposed to catch it.
All right.
Plain and simple.
All right, Cam. Reliving your glory days.
I'm not wrong.
Glory days, glory days.
And with that
Ooh.
note,
That was
He's hurt.
Lance Lenore. That was a low hit to the knees. He's a little bit slow to get up. So that's not a good sign for Lance Lenore. I know the Cowboys like Lenore. He is slow to get up right now. The training staff is coming out to look at him. That was a designed screen pass, and Gallup didn't block his man very well.
I think he's
And
got a
Lance took a
dead
shot
leg.
to the knee. Yeah.
I think he got
Charlie
hit in
horse
the-
maybe.
I think he got hit in the quad.
Well, he's in a lot of pain though, so that is not a good sign for Lance Lenore. He is down on the field, so we'll keep you updated on Lenore, but not what the Cowboys want to see for certain.
Jesse
not
wants
ideal.
to know how the cheerleaders are looking. You're married, so
I
I don't know
don't
if you can
I don't
say
pay
it.
attention, so I can't really tell you anything there.
I'm a professional bumbler, so once they come up on the screen, Jesse, I'll let you know. What do you guys use? Hinge, Bumble, Tinder? If you guys want to hear a funny story, Cam Rogers and I matched with the same girl the other day on Hinge.
That did happen. I remember that. That did indeed
She
happen.
chose Cam over me. It's okay. It's okay.
So D Virgin made the tackle. Lenore still very slow to get up on the field right now. So hopefully he is okay. If we get updates for you, which I'm sure he's not going to come back in the game potentially, but we'll keep you updated. I think that's Katie Cannon out in the field too now. Rico getting some third down work here for the Cowboys as what's basically a split end, almost a big slot receiver there. So
Ball's going to go to him. Nope.
and that's a screen to Scarborough who
That was-
caught it, fumbled it, and then brought it back in. So not overly pleased so far with Bo Scarborough's hands from what I've seen.
Yeah, they have not looked good. He had a really bad drop earlier in the first quarter, and then that
was
one
the
right
old
there.
double clutch pass.
I mean, that's just.
Well, that
Oh, it looks
actually
like he
kinda
caught
circled
it. Then he got stripped.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
So,
to say the least, that was
not
an
ideal
interesting
there.
play.
All right, Houston will indeed punt on this one. So we're actually ahead right now of our scoreboard there for you guys. So Bears blowing out the Bills. Bears have some decent depth.
The Bills are going to see
give
that
them
a
that
lot this year.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Vikings Titans 3-3. I like that.
Oh, look, Mitchell, another flag on special teams.
There's going to be a lot of flags this year. I mean, we've already heard of, like the
That's
NFL
ridiculous.
players. The NFL players like don't even know what the rules are right now with this helmet rule. Then I think it's really going to impact special teams because special teams is a violent time. So it's one of those things guys run down the field. But yeah, a lot of laundry on the field for this one.
Hey, do you guys remember Antoine Winfield?
Oh, the
Yeah, I do.
Steelers?
His son, Antoine Winfield Jr., just scored a 76-yard punt return and broke 6 tackles
Nice.
for the
Where's-
University of Minnesota.
Very nice. Good for him.
That's pretty cool. Figured I'd throw that out there because I know Winfield was around for a long time.
Mitch, thoughts so far on this half? Because I've been pretty underwhelmed.
Snooze fest.
Whelmed at best.
Yeah.
Whelmed at best.
Yeah, it's not been very entertaining whatsoever, Tom. Not even
You know
a
what,
little
Mitch?
bit.
If you aren't that entertained, do you know what would entertain people?
Let's hear it.
Kicking your butt in a FanDuel contest.
There you
Sign
go.
up week 1 today, people. FanDuel.com/chatsports. Free $20 with your first deposit. Go kick Mitchell Renz's ass.
How do
Come
they
on.
get in, Mitch?
Hey, if you guys want to get into this tournament, okay, what you're going to do here is you're going to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. Then you're going to make a new account, okay? And then what you're going to do, you're going to deposit $5. You're going to get $20 for free. So you're going to have $25 to play with. Then you're going to slide into my DMs at Mitchell Renz 365. Send me a screenshot of your deposit and your screen name, and I'm going to add you into my own personal tournament where I'm giving away prizes. I'm giving away cash. And if you think that you're smarter than me, bring it. Because I'll be honest, guys, I'm pretty good at fantasy, and I don't think you're smarter than me. So, FanDuel.com/chatsports. Challenge me. Anybody. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. More free money for me, right? Because you guys aren't beating me.
There you go, Mitch.
You got it.
How funny is it going to be when you lose?
I don't think I'm going to lose.
And finish in last, by the way.
If I finish in last, Tom, I don't even know if I can say that on camera. But I'm not going to finish in last, Tom. I'm confident. I mean, if one person beats me, that's just how it goes. But I don't know. I'm confident in my FanDuel skills. FanDuel.com/chat sports. Bring it, y'all.
Just remember, you have everything to lose and nothing to win.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things like, you know, between Twitter, between my YouTube show, Fantasy Football AF, humble plug, like, everybody knows my opinions, and I'm going to be doing things on Fantasy Football AF where I'm going to put out my best buys and best players, and if you guys are fantasy football fans, hit me up. Twitter, MitchellRents365, trying to get to 15.5K, so I would appreciate that.
All right, we're going to check in here with some more comments. Ray is asking, is Leighton Vander Esch playing or is he hurt? He is still out with his injury. He has a groin injury for Leighton Vander Esch. We're not going to see him tonight. Maybe we see him week 1 for the NFL regular season, but he continues to slow play it right now for the Cowboys, which makes some sense. And even though it does a little bit worry me here.
Why does it worry you?
I don't like seeing my first-round pick miss time because of injuries.
It's fair.
I don't like that.
Anytime a rookie's, like, I mean, maybe it's a conditioning issue. I mean, it's going to take him a while then to get into game shape.
Yeah.
Like, that scares me for a re-aggravation. And, I mean, but, I mean, the Cowboys linebackers, they never get hurt. So, like, we don't have to worry about that.
My favorite thing is also that, you know, the Cowboys' best player on their defense is Sean Lee, who can't stay healthy, and now they have a first-round pick who might also be having issues staying healthy.
Yeah, it's
not great.
It's not exactly an ideal comparison given what we've seen with Sean Lee, who I love as a football player, but not exactly ideal. By the way, one note here, I saw Film Productions saying Charvarius Ward for a late-round pick. It's actually Charvarius Ward for Parker Ehringer, a lineman, a former 4th-round pick out of Kansas City. Mike Fisher's reported that, as are some Kansas City local beat writers. So,
Tom, I'm going to trigger you. We got a comment coming in from Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go get Dez?
Because Dez and the Cowboys have no mutual interest right now. That bridge has been burnt. Like, Dez Bryant ain't going to come back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys aren't going to bring back Dez Bryant. Doesn't make sense for either side.
Yeah, I don't see why either would. I mean, Dez literally burnt that bridge for a reason.
Yeah.
We even have a better one here. Bring back Brandon Whedon.
I don't want Brandon Whedon.
Daniel, whatever you're drinking, put it down. Put it down, Daniel. It's not worth it.
I love Cowboys fans.
Is Michael Gallup going to have a better season than Calvin Ridley? That's a tough one.
That's a good one. Obviously, I prefer Calvin Ridley. Big run there by the Houston Texans. Who was that?
Shepard? But there's a flag on the play.
It's Travis Swanson, actually.
Swanson.
I think it was Toledo. I think that Ridley's a better football player.
Okay.
But with Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu in Atlanta, I think I'd still go with Ridley because I think I'm going to lean towards that talent. But I think Gallup actually might have a better chance to get a higher percentage of the targets.
Okay.
Because there's a little bit more market share for him because he's not going up against Julio and Mohamed Sanu. He's going up against Cole Beasley and Allen Hurns.
Is he starting?
Who?
Gallup.
It's going to be a rotation at receiver. I would bet that the first 3 receiver look you get is Allen Hurns, Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams. But Gallup's going to get quite a bit of work. So it's not going to be like there are 3 starters and 3 backups. It's going to be more like we're going to use this 5-man rotation pretty frequently in the end.
Fair. I mean, I just like Ridley's skill set. I mean, he's a little bit older for a rookie wide receiver. You know, he's 24, but I think he's better than Mohamed Sanu. And I mean, right now with Matt Ryan, reports are that he looks really good with Matt Ryan. So I'm going to go on the route of Calvin Ridley. I mean, I did rank Ridley on my rookie rankings earlier as my number 4 guy ahead of Michael Gallup. So. Just saying. Yeah.
Let me scroll through some more comments here. What else we got?
Johnny Manziel.
He's kidding. He's not serious.
But what if he was?
Yeah. Film asks, who is the player that will have the bigger impact? Gregory, Jalen, or Chidobe Awuzie? Take a pick. I'll lead towards the cornerback. I think Awuzie is going to have a big year, but you're going to see all 3 guys make some big plays this year for the Cowboys.
What were the options?
Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory, or Awuzie. I'll lean toward Awuzie, but Gregory's going to make a lot of plays. Jameson's going to make a lot of plays. There's no wrong answer there.
I'm definitely rooting for Jalen out of all those guys the most. Jalen was a guy that I loved when he was coming out of Notre Dame. Awful injury, of course, but Awuzie's got a lot of upside. I loved him coming out of Colorado. So.
And I just got this feeling about Jalen Smith this year.
He's looked great.
He's gonna be great. I'm pumped to see him. I love the pick when it happened. Why not take a chance? He was gonna be the best player in that round anyway in terms of raw ability.
I thought before the injury he was actually my favorite player in that year's class.
Agreed.
And then the injury really changed things for him in the end because I saw an immensely talented linebacker who I thought was going to be a top 3 player overall.
Damn, that was a wicked injury.
Yeah, that was brutal. So glad to see he's okay. Glad to see he looks pretty much back as well. So that's a big deal for the Cowboys there.
Okay.
I just wonder how the Cowboys are going to work this linebacker rotation because they have a good amount of depth on there, but I mean, we know that most NFL teams play so much nickel and so much dime nowadays. Like, are they going to be able to get Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, and Leighton Vander Esch on the field at the same time that much?
I think what you'll see is, there are going to be times when you see Smith just rush the passer. And he almost ends up being an extra edge rusher. But
Is he big enough?
Yeah, he can do it.
Right.
He did it at Notre Dame. He can definitely rush the passer. I think you'll see Sean Lee. The reality is you have depth just in case someone goes down. You'll see Sean Lee take some snaps off. Maybe Jalen and Vander Esch might rotate. When it comes to 3-down linebackers, you can put Smith as your Sam linebacker instead of Damian Wilson. But I think Smith and Lee being healthy right now allows you to be a little bit more patient and slow with Leighton Vander Esch's health recovery.
Well, that's fair. I mean, it's definitely fair there. It's one of those things. But what other games we got going on? 49ers and the Chargers, 10 o'clock Eastern time. So that one will be starting pretty shortly.
Can I make a hot take?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Because
God.
after calling him a top 10 quarterback all of last season, I've started to come down to earth on Garoppolo.
Okay.
If you actually go look at the teams that he beat last year, they were all bad, except for Jacksonville. Jacksonville was good. That was his best game. But his touchdown to interception ratio was bad. It was 7-5. And
He had some drop picks, too.
they kicked a lot of field goals. They did not score a lot of touchdowns with him under center. I'm just a little worried.
I
I'm a little worried.
I believe in his upside, but I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback right now.
Okay.
So I agree with that. I think right now, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is the most overhyped quarterback this season just because he did have a really good end of the year. And the 49ers didn't win any games. They went 5-0. But like you said, they beat bad teams. And they also beat a Jaguars team that didn't have a lot to play for in that last week.
And they also beat a Rams team without Jared Goff.
The Rams
and
team was
without
playing with
Todd Gurley.
backups, plain and simple.
Exactly. So.
All right, Houston here has the ball. We're at the 2-minute warning here. Once we get them from BetDSI, we will show you the Cowboys-Texans halftime lines. But, of course, they're not up yet because, well, it's not halftime yet.
Makes sense.
There you go. Makes perfect sense.
What is this logic that you're talking about here, Tom?
It's almost like makes as much sense as if you put $100 in, you have a 120% bonus, and then you get $220.
Exactly. Math.
Joe Webb.
43, I believe that is Joel Lanning. It is. Got beat pretty badly by Jordan Akins. That is an undrafted linebacker, used to be a quarterback, getting burnt by a third-round pick.
I thought he played wide receiver. He played everywhere for
Lanning
Iowa
played
last
quarterback,
year.
fullback, he did everything for him. Great guy. He might be a practice squad option for the Cowboys because he strikes me as a Garrett guy.
Where did Webb go to college? Do you have any idea? I have no idea. Does anybody know where Joe Webb went to college?
I don't know that one. I thought it was a North Carolina school, but
I know
could be
Ralph
wrong on
Webb
that.
went to Purdue, or is it Vanderbilt?
UAB.
UAB.
Ralph Webb went to Vanderbilt, by the way.
Oh, the recently deceased UAB and now the recently reincarnated UAB.
So Houston here is trying to get a bit of a late drive going, see if they can't find a way to extend their lead. Again, it is 7-3 in what has, frankly, Mitch, been a pretty boring game so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a
mess.
boring game. But we got a good question in here from Bray. Who's better, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? So, guys,
Brady.
comment. Who's better, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
It is Aaron Rodgers is a better pure quarterback, but Tom Brady is still the GOAT.
Tom Brady is the GOAT. But in terms of just pure talent, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think enough time that we measure how important it is for a quarterback to be smart. Mm-hmm. Peyton Manning wasn't the most athletic guy. He was just literally the smartest quarterback on the field, smartest player every time.
Even at the end when his arm went south and he was noodle arm Peyton Manning, corpse of himself.
Fair. Fair. What else do we have here? So the Ravens, they took the lead. They're up 13-7, unfortunately. Brandon Weeden. Brandon Weeden and Manziel are not better. Sorry, guys. I hate to break that to you. Dak Prescott or Matt Ryan? I'm going to go Matt Ryan. Y'all can hate me if you want. I think Matt Ryan's pretty good. He's also got an MVP. So, let's be real.
It's fair. They're at a timeout, by the way, right now between Texans and the Cowboys here. Houston kind of near midfield. Will they score, Mitch?
I'm going to say no. Because this game, if it's indicated anything to me, it's not a very high-scoring game. So, if I was going to place a bet, I'd go to chatsports.com/bet and not bet on the Texans because that was bad.
Yeah, Joe Webb got kind of harassed there and threw it away and was not pretty. So it'll be 3rd and 5. So maybe you'll see the Cowboys get a 45-second
Hey, they have 3 timeouts.
drill. They do.
I want to see something.
I would assume you'll see Rico out there as well in this scenario.
Have the Cowboys even gotten to the Texans 30? No.
No, because the field goal was a 57-yarder.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, guys, I have a fun little pop quiz here for you guys.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Out of the 5 highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL,
A sack.
how many Super Bowl
Jihad Ward with
appearances do
the
they
sack.
have between them?
Say that again.
I was watching the game.
That's fine. Between the top 5 highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL, how many Super Bowl appearances do they have between them?
Rodgers has 1.
Well,
two.
Rodgers-
2?
It's 3 then. It's 3.
3 total. Andrew Luck is in the top 5. Matt Ryan is in the top 5. Derek Carr is in the top 5. Aaron Rodgers is in the top 5. And Andrew Luck.
Interesting.
They have 3.
All right, Mr. Trivia, Mr. Harris. Who are the only 2 running backs in the NFL?
Oh, God, it's a fantasy question.
Who are the only 2 running backs in the NFL that have over 8 rushing touchdowns the last 2 seasons? Does anybody know?
Last 2
You
seasons.
guys. The only 2 running backs in the NFL the last 2 seasons that have over 8 rushing touchdowns.
Each year.
Each year.
LeGarrette Blount.
Nope. Blunt had 18 and then 2.
Ooh, I'm close. Well, combined, I was right.
Close.
Lance Lenore almost muffed in their punt because he decided to do the old sliding knee catch there. So
Bray says Bell and Zeke. Sorry, Bray, that is not correct.
Bell catches a lot of touchdowns.
So the first guy plays in the AFC West. It's Melvin Gordon.
Really?
Melvin Gordon.
Remember when he had that huge issue his rookie year of not being able to score touchdowns?
Didn't
and
score.
now it's fine.
That was wild.
Zeke and Gurley. It's not Todd Gurley. So it's Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray.
No way. That's a lie.
Latavius Murray.
That's not true.
Latavius Murray has the most
good,
goal-to-go
that's good.
rushing attempts the last 3 years. Latavius Murray has 20 rushing touchdowns the last 2 years. So,
by the way, Lance Lenore did come back in the game, so good sign there for
and
for him
another
the
catch
Cowboys.
for Michael Gallup.
Is
That's
with the
my
backups
guy.
for what it's worth.
That's not
so,
good. That scares me. That scares me
He's
a
going
little
to
bit.
play. I'm not actually that concerned about it, but
You think
For
he's going
him,
to play?
it's just yes.
it's
He
rest.
just needs time.
He's going to play.
He's gonna
I don't
play.
think he's going to instantly be the Cowboys' #1 receiver, but I think by the end of the year he's going to take over that role for the most part, and he's going to get involved.
Fair.
It's
Speaking
just
of
not going to
playing,
be a bunch of action.
Speaking of playing, if you guys want to play against me on FanDuel because you think you're smarter than me, I'm challenging you guys, all right? What I want you to do, go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. You're going to make a $5 deposit. Once you make a new account, you're going to get $20 for free, and you're going to slide into my DMs at MitchellRens365, and I'm going to add you to a tournament where you guys can win free prizes, some money, maybe nudes. If you're into that kind of thing, depends what you want. But if you guys come in first place, you guys are going to win prizes and compete against me all year. Go to FanDuel.com/chatsports.
To answer a question from Film Productions, Dorrance Armstrong had a good camp. Has been a little bit quiet in the actual games, though, so far for the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush tried to find Mikael McKay. Pass was high and behind him. And I don't know why the Cowboys are doing these underneath passes with 31 seconds. Are you just running your offense, or are you actually trying to move the ball downfield? Like, pick one here.
Well, I mean, I feel like if they were, they're still burning timeouts. I mean, it's 3rd and 2. There's no running backs in the backfield right now. Rush drops back. Nice slant to Gallup. Pick up the first. But now what do you do?
And yes, Dennis Phillips, we are live, so we'll say your name for your girlfriend because we are indeed live. So you're welcome, Dennis. There you go.
We got an interesting question here that I don't think we spent enough time on before. So Baker Matthew asked Deshaun or Dak. Now, obviously, he means Deshaun Watson. Obviously, he means Dak Prescott. Mm-hmm. Am I the only one who's seriously worried about Deshaun Watson's knees?
That's what I said earlier. I agree. I am concerned about it.
Because, this is his 3rd ACL tear in, 5 years?
I think it's his second, but yeah.
Second?
I think it's his second.
He had one in high school also, so that was way back when. But I don't know, man. That's a lot of ACL tears, especially for a guy
My deep, dark fear is that he ends up being RG3. That's my fear. I don't think he's going to, but that's my fear.
I'm worried. I'm alongside that because I'm worried the Texans are going to push him too much because they're so desperate for a quarterback.
Mitch is being inappropriate again in the YouTube comment section, which is just classic.
I'm not. I didn't say anything inappropriate.
You are, though.
Hey, all I'm saying is, Dennis, we hooked him up. So, Dennis, maybe your girlfriend has some single friends. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's see. 10 seconds left. Cowboys are just outside midfield. Let's see what they do with Rush here.
Oh, God.
Pressure up the middle, incomplete pass. So, Hail Mary time, I guess, then, for the Cowboys and the Texans here.
Where's Tyreek Hill? What?
Don't remind me. Don't remind Cowboys fans. Now, the Cowboys won the game, which makes it okay, but that was a pretty embarrassing play.
That was a hard hit, too, that Rush just took.
Yeah, he took a big shot there.
I'm surprised he didn't hurt his
Mike White?
shoulder.
He'll come in the second half.
Hail Mary time. Shake my head.
We'll see if they can do anything. Now, if I were the Cowboys, my play is actually very simple. Let everyone deep downfield and throw it to Rico. That's the play.
God.
Throw it to your basketball player out there.
if there's anything
They did a check down pass to Rico,
Okay.
and then they called their timeout. So now they'll have about a 45-yard pass to get it near the end zone.
Okay.
Near the end zone, not necessarily
Or
the end zone.
a 71-yard field goal. Actually, I have no idea. I'm not good at math. But
It's around that.
it's a long field
goal. So I would not do that. It'd be fun, but I would assume they'll do a Hail Mary here with 1 second left. But
let's see it. Can Rush throw the ball 49 yards?
Yeah, he can throw it 49 yards. Might not get there all that fast, but he can throw it 48, 49 yards. Yeah.
How far could you throw a football?
Not that far. My arm is not good.
An NFL football? I don't even think I could throw a football 30 yards. They're too big. I got tiny hands.
It wouldn't be pretty. It'd be a duck. It'd be a wounded duck for sure.
I think if I had like one of those like small Nerf footballs that whistled, I can throw one of those like 60 yards.
Mm-hmm.
At the peak of my baseball career, I could throw a baseball over a home run fence to left field.
There you go.
Hashtag catcher.
Hashtag you do catch.
See, if I were Houston, I'd bring 5 guys because there's no way Dallas would have time to get the pass off. There's literally
I love
no
a
way.
burger.
It's not going to get to the end zone.
Okay, it was picked off. Not a good throw by Cooper Rush. Now Houston has a chance to run it back. They're going to get tackled, but that ends the half.
Ugly half.
There were 2 Texans guys by the ball and no Cowboys guys. I think they were trying to go to Rico, and it didn't really work out. They were trying to throw it to Mikel McKay and Rico. They're 2 big guys, but that did not work out for the Cowboys. So pretty ugly half overall for Dallas, Mitch.
TYR, Anlef. Nerf whistle memories.
It took me Nerf football.
What
It
do
took
you
me a
mean?
second.
I literally just said
I
it.
heard I'm like, what the hell is Nerf's whistle?
What is this guy talking
Oh,
about?
Yeah, it took me a second.
Who is better, Cooper Rush or White?
I think it's Rush right now. I mean, we'll see how Mike White plays in the second half, but it's very clear who the Cowboys prefer. Cooper Rush played the entire first half. Then it's going to be Mike White's turn.
Which it should be at this point. I'm sure that Cooper Rush has a better understanding of the offense. Awesome, crazy.
No, you are correct.
I thought everybody would say, you are crazy.
No, I mean you are, but you're correct about this here.
Halftime. We'll get those halftime lines for you from BetDSI in a little bit, guys.
Yeah, and they are not up yet as I am refreshing the page, but you can bet on them at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is chat120, 120% deposit bonus. Play right now, Mitch. It's awesome, isn't it?
You have to play right now, guys. I mean, right now is the time to get in because, well, lines are changing all the time. And right now, for me, guys, I miss the NFL, and I want to bet on literally everything and anything. And with BetDSI, you're going to be able to do that. So go to chatsports.com/bet. Put in $100, you get 120% bonus. That's $220. Literally the GOAT of deals. You guys love the GOAT? It's the GOAT of deals. Chatsports.com/bet.
All right, halftime lines from this game coming up here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, we are back, and we have those halftime lines as promised. Believe it or not, Mitchell, Cowboys are actually plus 1.5.
Interesting. I mean, if there's any indication what I've seen from this, I'm going to take the Texans.
I don't like betting against the Cowboys. Some of the Cowboys fans get mad at me, but I'm already online at chatsports.com/bet. I've already put in my promo code of chat120 for 120% deposit bonus. Give me Houston. I
mean, both of these offenses
Cowboys
have
can't
been bad.
move the football.
Yeah,
you
but
guys
that's
are underestimating the power of Mike White, baby. Give me that Cowboys 1.5 line.
I'm taking the Texans here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Texans too. I mean, the Cowboys haven't even gotten within, even close, not even within the 30-yard line of the Texans so far.
They haven't moved the football at all.
Yeah, not too good at all.
I'm picking Houston here.
Yeah,
it's kind of a no-brainer for me, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, unfortunately. Sorry, Cowboys fans.
So, it's an easy pick there. So, again, go to chatsports.com/bet. Chat120 is your promo code. Do you get a 120% deposit bonus when you sign up. Mitchell, I'll do the math for you since I know that it's tough for you. You put down 100.
Yep.
You get 120 free for a grand total of 220. Free money to bet with on BetDSI.
Doesn't get much better than that, Tom.
It is the best offer you will find out there. Chatsports.com/bet. The game is still at halftime, so you can bet on these halftime lines while it's still at halftime.
Yeah.
Of course, once the second half starts,
then they change.
You can't do more. Now, the over/under, by the way, is set at, for total points scored, is set at 16.5. I think I might end up taking the under there, frankly. Other note here is that the end result doesn't actually matter. So this is not a prediction of the Cowboys are going to come back and lose by 1.5 points. It's that the Texans will outscore the Cowboys by 1.5 points. So you need Houston to score 2 more points, basically a field goal.
Basically a field
Maybe
goal.
it ends up being 10-3 in this one.
If nobody scores, then the Cowboys get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, makes sense to me. What about it? Can we get another one up there? Is that possible?
Yeah. Bills, Bears. I think this one is actually about to go off, but Bills -5, Bears -0.5 plus 0.5. A bit of a difference there.
Bit of a difference. If I had to take my gut, I think the Bears have a deeper third and fourth string than what the Bills do, I would imagine.
I agree. The Bills' offensive line has been a disaster all preseason long, so I would lean towards that.
Okay, I'm going to go Bears.
You got one more here, guys.
One more? Okay.
Rams, Saints.
-1 for the Rams, +1 for the Saints. I think that one actually did just go off, by the way.
That one just went off.
Yeah. And that game just picked back up. So.
I mean, both of those are pretty deep teams. I mean, one though.
This is one I'm actually not going to bet on.
Tough.
I don't feel confident enough either way because I haven't, watched this game. But I do feel good about the Texans -1.5 at the halftime lines.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, ultimately, both teams really struggle to move the ball. I mean, Cooper Rush isn't going to play in the second half, or do you think he will?
No, it's going to be all Mike White this half.
All Mike White.
It's going to be all Mike White. I mean, barring injury, but it's going to be the Mike White show this half for the Cowboys.
Fair. Okay. So I think for that one, I'll go Cowboys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we had to put a bet on this one, Tom, I mean, I like to have fun, and I think I'd go the Rams. Why not? Let your hair down a little bit.
Again, you can bet on these halftime lines right now. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is chat120. You get a 120% deposit bonus. You put down 100, you get 120 free. You end up with $220 there. That's a win-win right there, Mitch.
It's a win-win. Free money, betting on sports. I'm all about it. Chatsports.com/bet.
All right, folks. So halftime should be coming back shortly here for the Cowboys and the Texans. They're not going to drag it out because it's week 4 of the preseason. It's not worth dragging out. The Cowboys, though, Mitch, they have been pretty much completely unable to run the football and really move the football at all. Pull up my handy-dandy Chat Sports app here because it has been not pretty for the Cowboys. And we'll go through some notable stats here for Dallas. But Cooper Rush, of course, played the entire first half, was 14 of 25 for 83 yards and 2 interceptions. The Cowboys have been unable to run the football. They have just 18 yards. Darius Jackson, 5 carries for 1 yard. Granted, the long was a 5, so he lost yards on all of his other carries combined. Bo Scarborough, 4 of 17, a little bit more success, but only a long of 6. Michael Gallup has been the #1 target for the Dallas Cowboys at receiver. 4 catches, 29 yards. Mikael McKay's been targeted a bit. He's had some drops, not all of his fault. Lance Lenore, 4 of 14. Rico Gathers, 2 catches for 12 yards, 6 each. So
not bad. Not bad.
Rico.
I mean, for Rico, though, I mean, he made a key catch, and then he made the key catch right before the half where he got down, showed that he had some intelligence, which I thought was good. Called a timeout then. I don't know. I think when you look at Rico, I mean, the fact that they were getting the ball maybe in an important situation was good. So you know, that's just one of those things for me. Then you're looking up there on the screen, we got the Browns 28, the Lions 10 in the fourth quarter. We got the Colts at 14, Bengals 26. I'm really hoping that this Cowboys and Texans game gets back going here. Right now there's a commercial, which, you know.
Houston hasn't even moved the ball that well either, just 150 total yards of offense. So we're at 251 combined so far for the Cowboys and Texans in terms of offense. Joe Webb is 5 of 10 for 73 yards. Troymaine Pope, 5 carries, 21. Alfred Blue, 4 carries, 18. Jordan Akins, 2 catches, 33. Braxton Miller, 2 catches, 28 yards. But
where are you looking at that?
The Chat Sports app, chatsports.com/app. There you go.
Download it.
All
and
the
if
stats
you
you
don't,
need.
you're a loser. Period.
Loser.
Download the Chat Sports app right now. Please. I would appreciate that.
Yeah. Subscribe, people. Subscribe. This is the kind of content that you get all year long. NBA, NFL, college football, every single thing that you could ever imagine for sports. The best sports channel on the internet. We don't do soccer highlights. We don't do bull crap. We give you the best sports coverage on YouTube. Head now, youtube.com/chatsports.
Always. I mean, guys, there's no company right now I think that pumps out more content than us. And not only just content, but quality content. We cover the NFL. We cover the NBA. If you guys like specific teams, man, we cover the Cowboys, the Raiders, the 49ers. We cover all sorts of teams. We do college football. So for you guys, college football is this weekend. Make sure you guys subscribe to Chat Sports on YouTube. Tell your friends because, well, we're going to have some awesome, awesome college football coverage because, well, I love college football. And for anybody who loves the NFL, it's one of those things for us guys like the scouting process starts at college football and watch up some of these guys come through because that's when it's fun.
Yeah.
So please subscribe. We do a whole bunch of sports here. We would definitely appreciate it for show. And also, like, how many shows can you interact with many people? Not many. Not many at all.
Especially with people as awesome as us, hair flip.
Oh, God. Harris doesn't even have hair. I have hair.
I have hair.
On my chinny
Danny
chin
Edling
chin.
just
Who
ran
cares?
about 80 yards for a touchdown.
He's terrible. I don't care.
No, I know, but that was insane.
He's terrible. I don't care.
He's bad at football.
Bad at football in the NFL. Bray, downloaded the app. Thanks, brother.
Attaboy, Bray. Thank you. You should all download it. It's worth it.
It is. I mean, guys, like, you can literally get anything, and it's lightning quick. Like, we are much faster than any other company. I can guarantee you.
86-yard touchdown.
Ew, that's disgusting.
We're not talking about the Patriots,
No, I
Harris.
know.
We went over this.
No, I know. Come on, an 86-yard rushing touchdown by Danny Edling.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
All right, good news is we should be ready to return here. The players are all back on the field. The coaching staff, Bill O'Brien, don't say it, Mitchell, also back out on the field. Texans will get the ball to start the half. Maybe they can march on the field and get something going.
Do you think he farts out of his chin?
I said don't say it. And
I
you
didn't
did it
say
anyway.
anything.
You did. You clearly did.
All right, I'll put a comment then.
Decent return there to start by Tyler Irvin. Nice. I mean, not ideal, but good start there for the Houston.
I might write an article tomorrow at Chat Sports.
You would waste your time on that.
I bet you would do well.
I bet you it wouldn't.
I guarantee it. Bet me.
Not betting you.
Too bad. Too
What are the
bad.
BetDSI odds?
They don't have
that
BetDSI
article?
odds on that. Come on, buddy.
That's upsetting.
Also, guys, follow us on Twitter at
Yeah.
Chat Sports on Twitter, on Instagram at Chat Sports. We're everywhere. Please hit us up on Twitter at Chat Sports. Guys, we're getting ready here. Looks like the Texans are about to call hike. It's 1st and 10, and it's a run play up the middle. Swanson about maybe like 3 yards there. Not much going for him there, which is like, you know, part of it here, but interesting way. They're starting out with Webb and Swanson for the Texans. Guys, what can we do better for this show in the second half? Because, well, it's the second half of the 4th preseason game, and I want to know from you guys. So please comment on the show. Hey, what do you want to see? What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about football, real life stuff, like anything you guys want to talk about? Hey, tell us about what's going on in your personal life. I would appreciate that. And if you guys like that T-shirt up there, teespring.com/America's team, because the Cowboys are America's team. And if there's any T-shirt ideas that you guys got, throw them in the comments. Heck, I would love it. I love T-shirts. What size are you? I'm a medium. Harris is a large.
I can fit in both. Thank you.
Ooh, I see Dominique Sanders on the field. For those of you that have asked about him on previous Cowboys reports, the undrafted rookie out of Georgia, getting some action. Did get some last week as well. But I don't trust this Cowboys second team, I guess a third/fourth team defense at this point. I also didn't like Donovan Alumba stopping on the play because he's used to college rules where when your knee touches, you're down. Not a fan of that one.
And in the comments is Cam Rogers. What a loser.
Oh, Cam's back?
Cam is back in the
Nice.
comments.
Oh, God. What did he say?
I don't know, but NXL Productions said strip. So, I mean,
That was, well,
we have to technically.
no, you were told no before the show.
Oh, that's
because
true.
we worried this was going to be a thing with you. We
Yep.
said, no, you're not allowed to.
All right, I will have another beer. So, guys, what kind of beer should I have? IPA? Looks like that's all we have. So, I'm probably going to have to go with an IPA there. That would, that's probably my choice. I love IPAs. I mean, what kind of beers do you guys like? Coke, Pepsi, if you're under 21, let me know. And if you guys like that t-shirt, Merca's Team, head over to teespring.com/Merca's Team. Get one for yourself. Christmas is like 5 months away, but if you're like me, I like to get my stuff way, way ahead of time. So.
I do it last second because I'm not smart.
No?
Nope.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't buy the America's Team because I think only smart people would buy that t-shirt, Tom. So head over to teespring.com/America's Team. Cowboys 7-3 underdog right here to the Texans. We got 2nd and 9 on the Texans game. Joe Webb working out a shotgun at the 3 wide receiver set. It looks like the Cowboys are playing back with a deep safety. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is one of those games.
I hate this Cowboys defense, Mitch. Like this backup Cowboys defense. I love the starting group here. Like the starting unit, I think, is a good unit. Some of the backups are good as well, but when we get down to this 3rd, 4th string unit on defense, they have nothing going for them. They're missing tackles. They're overdoing plays. They just don't seem to look very kind out there. By the way, there was a hold against Houston that wasn't called, but
we're not going to talk
that's
about
okay.
that. We won't get into that, Tom. I don't know what beer I want. I'm going to open up another one. We're going Deep Ellum IPA. Deep Ellum IPA, NXL Production says vodka, drink like a man. You would love Cam Rogers. Cam Rogers, that's all he drinks. Maybe Cam's burner account is NXL Productions. Maybe we finally figured that one out. So cheers to you guys. Hang on, I need a sip. Jen, been a fan since 1997. Go Dallas.
good for you, Jim.
I hope you were born in 1997. Because honestly, I don't like bandwagoners.
Really good play by Travion Johnson there to stop the Cowboys, or stop Houston short on a 1st down there.
Gotcha.
3rd down. Stop them on 3rd down to avoid a 1st down.
Vodka and Red Bull. Jack and Coke. I would much rather have Jack and Coke, Tom. I'll be honest.
Oh, I agree. Jack Coke is definitely the way to go.
Definitely the way to go. 4th and 1, they're going for it.
I like it.
Stop.
They got it.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah,
Texans
it
got
looked like at first they had it, but there was a little second effort there from Travis Swanson.
If you want to chill, vodka and Pepsi. Nope. Nope. I'm always beer guy, guys. If anybody's ever in Dallas, hit me up at MitchellRent265. We'll go out and grab a beer. Or you guys come Chat Sports. We have kegs. Beer kegs on tap. Oh, man. Dude, do you see this? Super chat?
Super Chat says take it off. Sorry. Thank you for the super. Who is that? That's Russell. Thank you, but we're not going to take it off. So, thank you for the super chat, though. We appreciate it, but it's not going to happen tonight.
Maybe slide in my DMs. I'll see what I can do.
You would.
I know.
You would.
I've sold my body for much less than $2, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Maybe if somebody like, how about this, Russell? I'll make you, or Jaquinda, is that right? I'll make you a deal, okay? If you go to Bet DSI, okay, what I want you to do right here, I will take off my shirt, okay? If you go to Bet DSI, you go to chatsports.com/bet. You put $50 down, you're going to get, okay, or what, 50 now?
Do 100 because it's easier math.
Okay, we're going to put down 100. You're going to get 120% bonus. So then you'll have $220 to play with. If you do that and you screenshot me, I will take my shirt off for you and for Bet DSI. So chatsports.com/bet. You put in that promo code chat120, put $100 down, get 120% bonus, then you'll get your wish. Deal? I'll DM you. We can figure something out. I'm all about it.
For what it's worth to start this second half, Houston is kind of just steadily marching down the field. They're now about the 30-yard line. So.
Well, I'm starting to like that bet we did then with the Texans.
Yeah, I told you. Don't bet on the Cowboys in the preseason. They have not been good so far.
Well,
told y'all to bet against.
They haven't won a
against
game
the
yet,
Cowboys
right?
against. No, they have not. Told y'all to bet against the Cowboys against the Cardinals. It ended up being even worse than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, it's a smart bet.
oh
They
God.
didn't give Bray a 1st down, Quan Bray, which is weird because I'm pretty sure he got the 1st down. Maybe not on this, but I need to see the replay because
We need the card.
pretty sure he was on the card.
Bring out the index
He's
card.
like, he's like a football length short, but I want to see the replay again because I could have sworn he actually got the first down. It was just a terrible spot.
Janiqua, if you're saying it's done, DM me at Mitchell Renz 365. Mitchell Renz 365. Prove it. I need to see it.
Joe Webb was looked pretty good the other night. Back to the actual game.
Well, now he's looking good. I think he's looked much
slow
better.
start. This drive has been really good.
This has been a really
for Joe
crisp,
Webb.
like, I think, again, I mean, we see a lot of times, like, okay, team's going to halftime, you know, I mean, Bill O'Brien was probably talking out of his ass, you know, kind of thing, and then now they're moving the ball.
Yeah. Good. So it looks like they're going to go for it again on 4th down here.
I like it. See, I mean, why not? It's the 4th preseason game. Go for it. Probably going to be a run here. Good stop.
Ooh, they didn't get it.
Good stop.
All right, big stop there by Cowboys defense. I see Kyle Cairo, I see Coney Ely, all in that one there. So big stop there for the Cowboys defense. Yeah, it's a meaningless game, but that matters for Cairo. Maybe be a practice squad guy. Matters for a guy like Coney Ely who's trying to make the roster and or be traded or get picked up somewhere else. So big stop there by the Cowboys. Good front line there.
I want to see if that maybe switches like the momentum of this game a little bit. I mean, I understand it's the 4th preseason game, but these guys are literally playing for their jobs.
Yeah, a lot of these guys
So,
are.
I mean, now if they can switch up the momentum a little bit.
The guys are trying. You can't tank in the preseason.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't.
You can tank by not playing good players, which is what everyone does, but
Fair. Okay, guys, what other questions do we have going on? Dennis, farts. I don't know what that means.
always pick the weird ones. Every time you pick the weird one.
Bray drinks vanilla root beer, which I'm all about.
I'm over here cutting our highlights for post game, and you're answering weird questions.
Just wondering if Randy is safe to play week 1.
Yes. Now, there's always going to be that nagging bit of doubt for Randy Gregory because of the way that the Phase 3 stuff works in terms of in the NFL, and that's always going to be a fear for Randy Gregory. I think he's going to be fine for week 1. There was the report from Jean-Jacques-Taylor that he had to meet with an NFL doctor, and that was a concern. Other reports have now said that no, that was just kind of a standard meeting for him, nothing to panic about. So I think the Cowboys think, and Gregory thinks, he's going to be good to go for week 1 of the NFL season.
All right, I got a question coming in. So we were talking about Lance Lenore. He got kind of banged up there on that injury.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He came back in the game.
Yep, so he's okay. He's just not in the game now, from what I understand. So
I got to see if he comes back on the field, but I don't know if he's going to play much in the second half. He and Gallup, I would imagine, don't play that much.
The most important comment that I've seen from Bray, Texans head coach Chin looks like a butthole. Shout out to you, Bray. Shout out to you. Mo City, Texas, what's going on? Pooper Rush is hot garbage. Fair enough for you guys. Cowboys getting a safety, or are they sticking with whom they got? Again, I mean, this is one everybody just wants to know about Earl Thomas.
They're going to go get somebody else. I don't know if it's going to be Earl Thomas.
Yeah,
I bet it's not Earl Thomas for week 1. But they will go find somebody else, be it the waiver wire. They already made one trade today for an offensive lineman from the Chiefs as part of a deal to give up Charvarius Ward. They'll get somebody else safety because, frankly, they have to. I don't want Tyree Robinson and or Jaron Johnson as my number 3 and 4 safety for week 1 with Xavier Woods hurt. The Cowboys have to feel the same way. They'll go get somebody else, and be it on the waiver wire or via a trade.
And you don't think it's going to be Earl Thomas?
It's tough to tell. When Seattle wants to do something, then we can talk. Right now, Seattle has shown no interest in a trade or extending him.
Deshaun Watson's watching our feed. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's sitting on the bench doing nothing because they're not going to ever risk him in this one.
Yeah, they shouldn't. All right, the next question is, what are your guys' teams? No, you're all supposed to be impartial. So I actually don't have a favorite team. My favorite team is my fantasy football team. So there's your answer to that. I actually don't have a favorite team. Creates bias.
The Cowboys for me, obviously. Jordan Shun is on the field right now at halfback, so maybe a little bit less Bo Scarborough action here.
That's
your
depressing.
boy behind the computer, Patriots fan.
That's Harris behind
Harris
the screen,
is a diehard Boston fan, and it's disgusting. So
It's delicious.
follow Tom on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney.
That's right.
He's if anybody needs Dallas Cowboys coverage, dude, this guy right here, he's the man. So give him a follow at WhatGoingDowney on Twitter. And if you guys like beer, give me a follow at MitchellRed365 because shout out to you guys. Cheers. Awesome here. So guys, we're going to keep throwing in those questions below. Please, please, please. We are in the second half of the 4th preseason game, and I want to make this show fun. So questions, I want a real football. I want anything you guys want. Please throw them in the questions, comments below. We'll definitely appreciate that. For the people on Facebook, put a comment on. We'll throw it up on screen. And if you guys want to super chat in there, we can also get that one too. So Also, if you guys want to challenge me on FanDuel, because
Yes.
I am the fantasy football guy here at Chat Sports, and I don't think you guys can beat me. So go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, okay? You're going to make a new account. Once you do that, you're going to put $5 down. Put those $5 down, you get $25. Seems pretty good, right? Then you're going to slide into my DMs with a screenshot of your account, and I'm going to add you to a tournament where you're going to be able to win prizes and all sorts of stuff. So if you think you're smarter than me, go to FanDuel.com/chatsports and get at me.
By the way, I lied. Lance Sonor is still on the field for the Cowboys, as is Rico Gathers, and now Lance walks the field after a catch there. Chaz Green's still out there as well for the Cowboys at right tackle because, look, even the other guys actually aren't much of an improvement there. But 3rd and 1, they'll go with their heavy 3 tight end set here. We'll see if they actually get it.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I just want to see these guys move the ball a little bit.
Offensive line did a decent job there. Decent run there by Jordan Shun, who I didn't mind coming out of Troy, but he's not going to make the roster here for the Cowboys. Probably won't make the practice squad either.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I understand the way he was carrying the ball there, but this guy right now running, Shun, he's running like he's afraid to fumble. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I thought it was
That was
good.
an okay run. That's a misread on me.
I think you can find decent enough halfbacks in the NFL, regardless of where they are.
Do you think Tony will come to Dallas for a coaching job? Maybe down the road, but I don't think now.
Look,
He's got a nice job.
It's a great job for Romo right now at CBS. It's going to take a lot for him to leave, and he doesn't have any experience, so I think that's the disconnect there. He's not going to leave for like a quarterback's job, but he's only qualified to have a quarterback's job.
I think Tony Romo is going to be the next like Gruden camp, because I think that's the next thing Romo is going to do. Romo is unbelievably intelligent quarterback. So.
I'd watch that every show. That'd be awesome.
Everyone would.
I would too, man. And that's what I mean. I think like that's what's going to happen next for a guy like Romo, and I hope so because I love Tony Romo. Love Tony Romo. Who's the better team? Red Sox, Celtics, or Patriots? I'm gonna go with the Mets. I'm gonna go with the Mets.
Well, the Red Sox are currently in the middle of maybe the best regular season in the history of the franchise. The Celtics are going into this season with maybe the best roster that they've ever assembled since 1985. And the Patriots are going into this season with maybe the worst roster that they've had since like 2009. So I'm gonna go with the Celtics. I think the Celtics make it to the finals.
Tell you what, the Cowboys have suddenly been able to move the football. I like that.
It's good.
I like that.
They're moving the ball coming out of halftime.
The game is now going very quickly. We're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter because both teams are kind of running the football a little bit more, and they're not having a bunch of incomplete passes, which is nice.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then we have another comment coming in. John Nolan, Dad? ? I hope not. I mean, I've had some scares, but I don't think I'm a father. Shout out to my dad if you're watching. He probably has. My dad's my best friend, so I don't know. I would love maybe someday be a dad, not now. Shout out, Dad. I'm gonna miss you.
Cowboys tried to run a screen, a really good job by Jordan trying to turn a 2-yard loss into a 2-yard gain by breaking tackles.
Quincy Carter, we need you. I don't even know what that means. What do you think of the rising oil prices? Guys, let's get some, can we get some more football questions? If you guys, literally anything, any kind of football questions, please. Tom's going to answer the Cowboys ones. I'll answer the more general ones. That's my
How about this? Let's do this.
Let's hear it.
Let's give them some questions to answer.
Okay, you guys want some questions?
Let's do this. Let's see. What's a fun one?
What's a fun question? What kind of question can we hit you guys? You guys want trivia? You guys want Cowboys? Probably should stick with Cowboys general questions here.
Let's do something easy.
Okay.
Will the Cowboys make the playoffs this season? Mitch, start with you.
Do I think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs this season? See, they play in a really tough division, okay? But I'm going to say no. Like, I still think the Eagles are the team to beat in that division, and I'm going to say no. What do you think, Tom?
I don't think they're going to. It's because they play in the AFC. They'll be a borderline playoff team. They're going to win 9 or 10 games, I think. They'll finish 7th, 8th, or maybe even 6th in the NFC, but you've got the Eagles, you've got the Falcons, you've got the Saints, all right? You've got the Packers and the Vikings. You've got the Rams and the 49ers. That's too many teams for me.
Yeah, I mean, if they played in the AFC,
the Cowboys will beat some of those teams, and I agree with you if they play in the AFC, but I think they're going to come up just short. And by the way, I think that ends up getting Jason Garrett fired.
Yeah? You think he's on the hot seat? I do too.
100%.
I mean, he should be on the hot seat. I mean, they were just in the playoffs, you know, best team in the NFC East, 2 years ago, 13-3. So, like, I get it, but the NFC, guys, is loaded. So, for me, I'm going to say, will the Cowboys make the playoffs? No.
Not only do I think the Cowboys are going to miss the playoffs, I think they're going to finish 3rd in their division.
How dare you, sir? Who finishes ahead of them?
I think the Giants are better. I think the Giants have more elite talent on their team than the Cowboys do. I think on the defensive side of the ball, they have an elite player at every single level. I think they have better offensive weapons than the Cowboys could ever dream of having at this point in the season. I think Dak is better than Eli, but I just think the Giants are going to win a lot of games just based off pure talent. I mean, that defense is so good. Their outside their secondary, I think, got a lot better. I think Alec Ogletree is actually going to help a lot.
He's been bad in the preseason.
That's fair. But alas, Odell, Saquon, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, like they have a stacked offense this year, and they're going to score a lot of points.
That is, by the way, Cowboys failing to pick up a 4th down conversion.
Interesting. You know, so I'm reading through these comments, Tom, and there's a comment from King C the GOAT, and it says, "You two are brainless," with a brain emoji. So, Harris, you think we can get that FanDuel up there for me, please? Because
I see what you're doing.
You know what, King? I got a challenge for you, okay? Because if you think I'm brain dead, you think Tom's brain dead, I'm literally challenging you. So put your money where your mouth is, because honestly, I don't think you're smarter than me. In fact, I know you're not smarter than me. So I want you to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, make an account, put $5 down, put your money where your mouth is. You're going to get 20 for free. And if you think that you can beat 2 brain dead people, get at me. Because honestly, dude, that's the one thing I love about this. I don't think you're smarter than me, and I think I'm going to prove it. So,
you put a hyphen in when you don't actually need a hyphen, by the way.
FanDuel.com/chatsports. Okay? DM me at MitchellRens365. I'll invite you into my tournament. And if you beat me, I'll give you a prize. But, like I said, not going to happen. Challenge to you. Bring it.
So you and I agree, no playoffs for the Cowboys.
No playoffs for the Cowboys.
Sorry, guys. I know y'all don't like that.
Sorry.
Let's do another question. That was fun. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see.
That one.
That one. Should the Cowboys trade for Earl Thomas?
Should the Cowboys trade for Earl Thomas? It's a good question.
They should.
But will they?
I don't know if they're going to. And again, price matters here. If I can get Earl Thomas for a 2nd-round pick, I think that's two more wins for the Cowboys.
Okay.
Across the course of the season. We just said how close they were. You know?
Okay.
We just said how close they were to making the playoffs. 2 wins is the difference between finishing 7th or 8th in the NFC or getting in as a wild card at the very least. So if I get Earl Thomas for a 2nd-round pick and I get him for a season,
okay,
and that gets me into the playoffs, I will pay a 2nd-round pick for that. Of course, you have to work out a long-term contract there as well, but that's the difference for me. So I would do it, but nothing higher than a round 2 pick. Because I'm not giving up a first for a guy that is going to be a free agent that's 29 years old and plays safety. There's just no way.
Nah, I get it. I mean, it's one of those things, I mean, if you think, so I think it's ultimately like, do the Cowboys think that they're a playoff caliber team? Because if you do, I think you go out and get Earl Thomas.
They are a playoff caliber team.
Playoff caliber team. No. You make a trade for Earl Thomas if you think he is the difference between winning a Super Bowl and not winning a Super Bowl. Because he is that caliber of player.
I mean, winning a Super Bowl is not easy. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl.
They need to wait for him to hit free agency and then sign him. Because next season, they could be a Super Bowl contender. Not this year.
Fair. All right, so King C the GOAT said he's signing up right now.
There we go.
Put your money where your mouth is, man.
I appreciate it.
At MitchellRens365. If you're smarter than me and you beat me in this tournament, I will give you a shout out personally. But like I said.
And there are prizes too.
Yeah, if you win. If you win, not only like do you get free stuff, like you're going to have a chance to win some money. You're going to win possibly jerseys. Like we're giving away a lot of stuff. The more people that join, the bigger the prize is. So just think of that. So if you're really confident, tell your friends. Tell them to sign up. So more people, bigger the prize. FanDuel.com/chatsports. Bring it, King. Let's see what you got, my man. Let's see what you got.
Texans offense started to sputter a little bit, which I find very interesting overall for the Houston Texans here. And for some reason, Brandon Weeden is actually back in the game. I guess they wanted to give Joe Webb some reps with the starters. The better backups.
Can you imagine Deshaun Watson going down this year and the Texans have to bring in Joe Webb?
Probably be Brandon Weeden, and it wouldn't be good.
They'd probably go out and find another quarterback.
That doesn't sound any better.
They would probably go out and find a quarterback. Maybe like RG3 or something like that. I wouldn't mind that. This question's coming in here, guys, and I like this one. Watson or Dak? So I'll say from a fantasy football standpoint, Deshaun Watson. Definitely Watson. But then in terms of real-life football, I'm still probably going to go Watson. But in terms
The
of
injuries worry me, but I think I go to Sean. Yeah.
I'd probably still go to Sean too. But I mean, Dak's been, I think, pretty good. And I think he's a guy who he really struggled last year because the situation got really bad. So I think ultimately, like, when Dak's in a good situation, Dak plays really solid. And if you guys like fantasy football, Dak Prescott was quarterback 3 last year with Zeke. So, like, when Dak's got pieces around him, he's super productive. Like, and I don't know, like, we can say, like, when guys have pieces around them, but at the end of the day, football's a team sport. And unless you're like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, man, it's tough to be productive year in and year out. And Drew Brees. Shout out to Drew.
Those of you wondering about Dorrance Armstrong, just got a sack. It was a good sack, too, for the Cowboys. So the defense has kind of picked back up after a bit of a slow start to this the second half, excuse me.
Also, a warning about Deshaun Watson. His offensive line somehow got worse. And they need to keep him upright.
Holy crap, another flag on a special teams play. I literally think it's been every single punt. There's been a flag of some type.
Drinking game.
It's unbelievable how many flags we've seen tonight on special teams.
I love tall boys.
Yeah, he's drinking
Not like
Miller
tall
High
boys,
Life. That's
like
gross.
tall
We
boy
should play,
beers.
guys, we should play a drinking game. What do you guys want to play? Every single time there's a penalty, you got to drink at home.
It's a fast way to get a little too drunk there.
I'm fine.
Especially in preseason.
Dude, that's what I mean. It's the 4th preseason game. Let's have some fun. Let's start cracking open some beers. We have 4 more to finish, and we only got a few minutes to go.
Oh, yeah, we got a Miller. Hand me that other Shiner. I'm about out here.
All right. You know what? I actually have a question for you guys. Because I'm sure that we'll obviously answer this on air and NFL Daily as we get closer to the season. But I don't know if I know what your guys' Super Bowl predictions are.
Oh.
Vikings, Patriots.
Vikings, Patriots.
Interesting. I don't hate it. All right, guys, comment below before I give mine. What is your Super Bowl predictions, okay? So, again, this show isn't just about Tom and I. It's not about that weird naked guy filming this, Harris. It's about you guys and the interactions that we have. So, I want to know, what is your Super Bowl prediction for this year? Tom's is Vikings, Patriots. Please comment below. What is your Super Bowl predictions? We'll comment which ones we like, which ones we dislike on the show right now. My Super Bowl prediction, Tom, I got the Patriots out of the AFC because, well, as long as Tom Brady's breathing, he's going to be in the AFC. And out of the NFC, I like the Saints. I like the Saints a lot, and I think they were one bad play from making the Super Bowl.
I really won't argue that one that much, and that was my second pick because I really like the Saints team.
I like them too because they're a lot better on defense, I think, this year. Another year, like, with a young defense, which is important. Alvin Kamara entering his second year. Drew Brees with a new, like, that offense, being able to mesh. Like, I like the Saints a lot, and I just love Drew Brees, man. And I want Drew Brees to get an MVP because that guy deserves it. If you want to talk about a GOAT for fantasy, it's Drew Brees. 12 straight years, over 4,000 yards.
He's awesome.
He's incredible.
It's a shame he has not won an NFL MVP. Well, it's an absolute shame.
It's what happens when you play with Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
But he should have won one. The only reason he didn't win at least one was because his defense was so bad for so long.
Well, my Charger just dropped in our ice bucket, so
plug that in. What could go wrong?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're having fun, right, guys? We're having fun.
For what it's worth,
yeah, let's hear it.
Taking Steelers, Falcons.
Steelers, Falcons.
He's just trying to reverse jinx the Patriots. That's all he's trying to do.
No, I just don't think they have the elite talent this year to beat
Cowboys, Steelers, can't see the go. I know you're not smarter than me. Cowboys, Steelers, I know you're not. Rams, Texans, King, Simba. Nope.
And also, for
that
all
is the young quarterback offensive mind.
For all the people who are picking the Saints to win this year, y'all are seriously underrating the Falcons. The Falcons have a better roster.
Nope.
Please. You can have your Alvin Kamara. I will take Tevin Coleman and Devonta Freeman.
Are you kidding me? You would take Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman over Alvin Kamara.
I would rather have 2 very good running backs over 1 running back, yes, especially one who is probably going to regress this year over 2 guys who have been consistently good over the past 4 seasons.
Devonta Freeman wasn't all that great last year. 198
Devonta Freeman
carries.
Also had to deal with a little bit of nicked up injuries, but if you look at his overall statistics, he's been one of the best running backs in football over the past 3 years.
Dude. All right, so when Mark Ingram comes back week 4.
I'll let them argue. I'm doing highlight cuts for you guys. Don't worry.
Oh, Christ. People try to convince me forever that Mark Ingram is a fantastic running back.
Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara is a much better combination than Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman. And I even know how
So hold on. Alvin Kamara, who came out of nowhere and had an amazing rookie season.
Yes.
You're saying that he is going to replicate that, despite the fact
That's not what I
that
said.
the sophomore slump for running backs is more powerful than any other position in the NFL.
I hear you. I'm not saying he's going to be as good. It's
Falcons
hard.
also have a better
It's
defense.
hard to have 6.1 yards per carry. Like I get
nearly
that.
a really nice deep ball to Drez Anderson.
Oh, dude, you're underselling Kamara.
You're just in love with Alvin Kamara because he won you fantasy leagues last year.
He did win me fantasy leagues, but remember,
You're just biased.
we talked about the same thing with Jamal Charles, and he was really good. I just think Alvin Kamara's really good on a really good team.
Oh, he can be really good.
He's
But
bet-
I'd rather have the
Alvin
Falcons stable of weapons than the Saints. Who's playing outside for the Saints besides Michael Thomas? Cameron Meredith? Have fun.
Yeah.
Traquan Smith?
Not pretty.
Like, dude, the Falcons wide receiver core is arguably the best in the NFL with a
Nope.
former MVP quarterback in his prime.
Oh,
Please, give me the
Oh.
Falcons.
no. All right. That's a
along, you
bet.
two.
That's a bet. You want to bet me? You should bet it.
Yes.
Bet DSI.
Nice.
ChatSports.com, Harris.
I bet you the Falcons win the division,
Ooh.
and they'll beat the Saints
All right.
twice.
All right. We'll see.
Take it.
That's ballsy.
Drez Anderson kind of juggled the ball and then took a huge shot to the chest. He's okay though, but ouch, that one definitely hurt. It's a good throw by Mike White, who's looked
Oh, man, hold on.
competent.
We have a great comment coming in right now.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Good, I love it.
I love Facebook comments. Ready
Thought
for
they
this?
were totally wrong on Colts Bengals. The Colts
Let's
are
see it.
Tony
owning them.
Graves, Cowboys Brown.
Tony. Bold. It's bold. I'll give you that, my friend.
Wow.
I love
That's really
It's
bold.
bold.
Browns one win the last 2 years to end the Super Bowl. I just don't get the Browns hype. Like they're going to be an 8-8 team, best.
it. 8-8.
I think it's generous, but then that's why
I'll
I said
give you
best.
5 wins.
But like there's so much hype around the Browns right now just because like they're
fair.
fresh and like they're on Hard Knocks and nope, I'm good, man. I like best case scenario Browns 8 wins.
Do you know what? Do you know what also the weird thing about Hard Knocks this year? The Browns don't look good. Like their coaching staff looks totally overmatched. Like even the Bucks looked really good on Hard Knocks. Even the Texans, when they weren't that good, looked really good on Hard Knocks. I think the Browns, I think it's been really bad for them. I mean, it's made Hugh Jackson look completely incompetent, which we already knew that he is, but
Yeah.
that's out of the question.
Yeah.
Finally, King C is saying some things that I agree with. Falcons choke too often. I agree with that. I
oh yeah,
totally
like the
agree
Saints
with
have
that.
been such a certifiable winner over the past decade.
I mean, like they've
a
had
A bad defense held them back. The defense is no longer bad, though.
And again, that helped them last year. I'd rather have a Falcons team
Went farther than
that
the
knows
Falcons
how to
did.
win in the playoffs.
Just gonna say.
They went farther, but they went farther than the Falcons did.
They went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
And
last
they blew
year.
a 28-3 lead. You should know
trust
that
me.
better than anybody.
You don't need to remind
That's
me of
what I
that,
mean.
please.
You should know better than anybody. Like
I had a
I don't
really
think they're
good
gonna win.
28 to
I think the
3
Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. But
Cam Fleming shouldn't make the roster.
yes, he should.
You know,
That's an interesting one.
I know he came over from your Patriots, Harris. Cam Fleming's been bad.
Really?
He has been a disaster. Like his run game has been fine. He's been getting burned every game.
Well, when you
Let me-
leave the best offensive line coach in the NFL, it's going to hurt.
All right, get off your knees.
Dante.
The
Tom with the Dirty Joe.
let me go grab my stats here on Cam Fleming because it has not been good so far this preseason.
All right. Well then, while you're finding those
Um,
stats, Tom, best defense when healthy: Texans versus the Jags.
Jags are better.
Jags.
Are the Texans even
That's what I mean. Are the
questionable as
Jags
defensive
even?
football?
If you have J.J. Watt healthy,
You have J.J. Watt, Merciless, I guess Matthew. Yeah,
Is their secondary good?
it's fine.
it's better. But I mean, I still think it's the Jags hands down. I would even put the Vikings over the Texans.
Do they have any linebacker on their team that isn't slow as hell?
Whitney Merciless. Houston?
Well, he's more of an edge rusher.
Bernard McKinney's fine.
He's so slow.
He does his job. Anyway, so through the first 3 games, Cam Fleming has allowed in about, what's the snap count here? About 133 snaps. He's allowed 4 hurries and 2 sacks, and plus a penalty. He hasn't actually been all that good. Now, I thought he was better against the Cardinals, but not ideal. He seems to have struggled with speed. Carl Lawson made him look bad.
That was his problem.
Okay. I don't feel great about him being a swing tackle anymore.
Really?
I'm worried. Look, he wasn't good against Arizona.
That's not good.
Cappy made bad work of the Cowboys' offensive line.
But he was very good when he started for the Pats.
That's why I'm confused. I've heard a little bit of buzz that maybe he wasn't in the best shape this year, which does give me some concern. There is a Cowboys player down. It's It's Austin Larkin, who, by the way, do you recognize the last name there, Mitchell?
Barry Larkin.
Austin Larkin. Yes, you are indeed correct.
Also relative of
Don't
Shane
bring
Larkin.
up Shane Larkin. I don't
What?
care.
Is it Barry Larkin?
It
Also
is,
a Larkin.
It is. That he is the nephew of Barry Larkin. His middle name is Barry, actually.
Oh, we'll bring up the nephew, but not his son. Okay, Tom.
We'll talk about the guy who's actually on the field right now, not the random basketball player who I like coming out.
Shout out to Elroy Jacobs. That guy's a smart guy. Falcons do have a better running back core than the Saints. Elroy, you're a smart guy, and I appreciate that. So, Elroy, I want to send an invite to you, okay? I want to send an invite to you for FanDuel. And if you play on FanDuel, I would definitely think that you are smart enough, maybe unlike King over there, and maybe you could join in on this tournament as well. So, Elroy, this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you to go to FanDuel, okay? And I want you to go to Chat Sports or FanDuel.com/Chat Sports. See that link below? FanDuel.com/Chat Sports. You're going to make a brand new account, okay? You're only going to put in $5, and then I'm going to give you, or they're going to give you 20 for free. So you're going to have $25. Then you're going to slide in my DMs at MitchellRens265, and I'm going to add you to a tournament where it's free to play in the tournament, and you're going to get prizes, potential jerseys, giveaways, okay? FanDuel.com/Chat Sports. Elroy, get at me, all right? Challenge me. You seem like a smart guy, much smarter than Harris back there.
So note, as we've kind of gotten away from what has been, frankly, a boring game, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but it's still 7-3 with under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Houston's going to have to punt. So maybe the Cowboys can march down the field and get some points going for them.
Did they score on the first drive, that field goal? It was like one of the first two drives.
I thought it was the second drive.
And then just nothing.
Let me go back and check.
Nothing.
With the handy-dandy Chat Sports app.
Tom, we have a question on YouTube for you.
What's up? What we got?
Ooh.
Mr. Harvey TV asks, are any of you guys nervous about the LVE experiment instead of drafting someone like DJ Moore?
Yes and no. I am worried about Van Der Esch's injuries. My initial dream scenario was the Cowboys trade down and they get some extra picks to go up and get another receiver, get somebody else, and they avoid spending a first-round pick on a linebacker. Honestly, I didn't want that. I didn't think that was the best use of draft capital. The Cowboys love Leighton Van Der Esch, as Lance Lenore freaks out every time he touches football. I'm not panicking about it yet. I get, nice return there by Lance Lenore. Okay, that's better.
This is really nice.
There we go, better. There you go, Lance.
That was a nice return.
About time. I like that. Anyway, back to the questions. I kind of got off track there. I'm not panicking about it. I would have preferred maybe a Calvin Ridley. I really wanted Vita Vea. Linebacker was definitely a need for the Cowboys. I'm not going to panic about it yet. And my mindset is, which would you have rather preferred? Let's just say, I don't know if Warner actually lasted this long, but Fred Warner and DJ Moore, or Leighton Van Der Esch and Michael Gallup. In the end, I don't know how much of a difference there is if Van Der Esch becomes what the Cowboys think he's going to be, and if they think he's close to what the Cowboys think he's going to be. Let me put it that way.
Gotcha.
So, as a whole, I was very happy with their draft, minus not getting a defensive tackle like a Tim Settle. So I'm not panicking about Van Der Esch yet, but I am worried about those injuries. Gallup is not DJ Moore, but he can be a good receiver for you. Plus, you can go get a receiver next year, too, if you want. Ooh, deep ball from Mike White.
Hey,
not even close.
Never mind. Harris or Tom, are you on the main Chat Sports?
Yes, up.
Put my main. Can you put like my Twitter handle in there for Elroy so that way he can slide in my DMs? I'm gonna send you the link right there. That would be great. So Elroy, I'm about to put a link in this chat right there. That's where you're gonna DM me to join that FanDuel. Okay? Get at me, and if anybody wants to challenge me on FanDuel, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go to FanDuel.com/Chat Sports. You're going to put $5 in, and then you're going to click on that link, send me the screenshot of your account.
Link's in there.
And just slide that in right there, okay? See it down there in the comments? That's how you guys slide in my DMs.
How about some end of the third quarter stats for you guys? 151 yards of offense for the Cowboys, 201 for the Houston Texans. Some notable leaders. Lance Lenore has 6 catches for 25 yards. 0 touchdowns, and a long of 9. Hugh boy. Rico Gathers, 2 for 12. He has not helped his chances of making the 53-man roster. I feel more confident now than I did at the start of the day that Rico's not going to make it, Cowboys fans. I'm sorry, Rico Hive. Very sorry.
Sorry, Rico Hive. All right, here's a question, right, Harris? I would like to hear your opinion on this.
Shoot.
Do you think Odell Beckham deserved that big payday?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah?
There are 4 wide receivers in the NFL I would have given that money to.
Okay.
4. They're Antonio Brown,
Yep.
Julio Jones,
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr.,
Okay.
and Mike Evans. Mike Evans to me has a.
You're forgetting somebody.
Who's the fifth?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins.
I was
But he
gonna say.
got paid already.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So did Mike
you're
Evans.
right. You're right.
I'm
You're
just
right.
kidding.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're totally right. But the reason I say Mike Evans also is because I think he's the best jump ball receiver in the NFL, and I think he's been cursed with a really bad offensive system and a really bad quarterback.
And Dirk Cutter.
Yes, but I think if you really think at this point, after watching Odell Beckham Jr. play football for the past 4 years, if you do not think that he is one of the 3 best players at this position, you got to go watch a different sport. He might be the most talented wide receiver in the history of the NFL.
Oh, Harris.
Might be.
Harris.
Catching ability, route running, explosion after the catch. He's up there.
Calvin
He's
Johnson or
incredible.
Odell Beckham
That's
Jr.
why I said one of and could
Randy Moss.
Okay, Randy Moss too. Again, one of.
You think he's
Could
better
be.
than Antonio
Odell
Brown?
Beckham Jr. has also had a better first 4 years of his career than Randy Moss did. Just saying.
It's also a different era.
It is. Look, I love
Antonio
Odell.
Brown or Odell Beckham Jr.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh,
Okay.
Jesus. He's the best wide receiver in football.
Okay.
He's had 5 straight years of 100 catches, which, 1,200 yards? He's insane.
No, like I get it. I mean, I understand the hype.
But Odell will have a better career
Oh boy.
in terms of total statistics.
Nope.
I mean,
He gets
Antonio
hurt.
Brown didn't get elite until he turned,
Third year.
what, 26?
No, I mean,
Odell's been amazing since his rookie season.
guy, like, hey man, I get it, and I want to answer this question because this guy's, is Rico not making it or is he playing still?
He's playing, and I also don't think he's going to make it.
But why? That's also what he wants to know. Why don't you
So-
think he's going to make it?
I understand the mindset of Rico Gathers being the best passing option the Cowboys have, and I agree with that. I think that at least a tight end. He brings you the size and the upside that a Dalton Schultz, a Blake Jarwin, and Jeff Swain, they just don't bring to the roster. But the main issues is, at least from the Cowboys' perspective, number one, he's really not a great blocker.
Okay.
For a dude of his size, you would think he's a better blocker, and a big reason why is he hasn't played football very much.
Yep.
It's really tough to go from no football since like grade school or high school to playing in the NFL. Like that's a really steep learning curve, and I think we underestimated just how high that learning curve was. And Jerry Jones has said this too, and so has Jason Garrett more or less. When there's a dude right in front of him, Rico knows how to do it. But when the front shifts or Rico's got to get to the second level, that's where things kind of break down, and that's where I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, and this is where I'm raw, and I'm just not sure yet. That's where the issue breaks down. The other issue is, and we saw it mainly in Week 2 against the Bengals. The hands, he's not going to catch every single pass. The upside, of course, is there, but he doesn't always know like the nuance. It's like, okay, I'm going to run a crossing route. There's a specific depth you have to be at. Like, you just don't want to run out and then turn left and say, okay, this works. Like, there was one particular play where Rico ran a crossing route, but he ran right into Dalton Schultz, and it ruined the play. So Rico brings you all that great upside, but the Cowboys want consistency, especially from what in reality is their number 4, maybe number 3 tight end. Doesn't bring anything on special teams. If you don't trust him to run the right play, why is he on your roster?
Fair.
I think the upside in the red zone is worth it. I would put him on my roster, but that's why the Cowboys, I don't think, are going to keep him on there. Plus, offensive line issues and safety depth.
Fair,
Can
fair.
you explain to me, Tom, what is the upside of Rico Gathers? Because if he can't catch, he can't
Well, he
block.
catches most of the time. No, not every player's going to catch every time. There was one drop. It wasn't a big deal. Sometimes he doesn't get his head turned around. But the play against the Bengals, where he just went up and took the ball away from the dude over him and he mossed him, that's the upside. The upside is you got a 6'6" guy in the red zone who's a tight end / power forward, back shoulder fade, jump ball. He's going to beat any corner, almost any corner if the throw is decent.
My only challenge to that, though, is that if you look throughout like NFL history, there have been what?
There haven't been many.
4 guys that
There-
have been elite from that skill set?
There
With
haven't
what,
been many.
Antonio Gates?
There are a lot more failed. Mo Alley Cox, for example, who played with the Colts for a little bit, was a failed basketball to tight end conversion. So the upside you're hoping is an Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham type. Now the reality is, and some of the Rico hives don't like this, Rico's not there yet. Like he's not even close to Jimmy Graham as a football player. He's
How are they
just
mad
not.
that he's not Antonio
He's
Gates
just not.
yet?
Now maybe he can become that. I think the big thing is the Cowboys didn't bring Rico back last year when he could have come back after his injury. When he showed all that great promise, when he was great last year. I mean, I wanted that guy on the roster. Now, I think the NFL in general doesn't value specialization enough. I think they tend to prefer versatility over the ability to do, hey, you know what? I can play cornerback and safety and linebacker better than, hey, I'm a pretty darn good nickel guy. Or, I can play 3 different wide receiver spots as opposed to, I'm a big, tall guy that will do well in the red zone. Okay. They tend to prefer that positional flex because it helps you more fare injuries. Like, if the Cowboys lose 2 tight ends to injury this year, they don't trust Rico on rundowns. So he doesn't actually solve their, we don't have a blocking tight end now.
Yep.
The Cowboys are trying to fit everyone into this Jason Witten bubble, which I really don't agree with.
Agreed.
Guy who can block, guy who can pass catch. But at the same time, the Cowboys run the ball more than any other team in football.
Yep.
You kind of need a blocking tight end.
Yes.
Or a guy that can do both.
Or a guy who can at least comprehend what the hell he's
doing.
doing.
So the reality is, if Rico were to come on the field, it says, we're passing the ball on this play. Teams don't like that.
You think that's what they would do?
Well, that's the indication to the defense, is that it's going to be a pass play now. It's funny, though. Yes, thank you.
I just picture the old Oregon cards.
I love those. Yeah.
Pretty soon, Oregon's just gonna have one with Rico's face like this, just like that. Love it. All right, guys, keep throwing in those comments, please, on YouTube, on Facebook. We're gonna bring those up if they're on Facebook. We'll bring them up on screen. And for the YouTube commenters, we love you guys. So I got this one. Who's the most talented team in the NFL?
Who is the best roster?
Most talent. And if you say the Falcons, you should probably just leave. You think it's the Falcons too?
It's the Falcons,
It's
yeah.
the Falcons?
Is it?
It's
Really?
the Falcons. What's their weakness?
What's the Vikings' weakness?
Offensive line.
And possibly quarterback.
Nah, I'm fine.
We don't know what Kirk Cousins is going to be.
I'm not worried about that, but it's the
You're
offensive
more
line.
confident in Matt
And
Ryan than
also-
Kirk Cousins.
I also think running back could be a weakness. Dalvin Cook coming off a torn ACL. Latavius Murray's super average, and that offensive line has health issues.
They do have health issues. Okay. Really,
Who
the
do you
Falcons?
think is the most talented in football?
I was going to say the Vikings.
Interesting.
I was going to say the Vikings.
I think they
I
are.
trust Kirk, but I do trust Matt Ryan a lot, too.
I trust Matt Ryan.
And
I think he's
like
going to
the
have a
Falcons-
bounce back year.
Loaded a halfback.
Yep.
Austin Hooper's not Kyle Rudolph, but the receiving core makes up for it as far as
Yep.
So
I totally agree.
I won't consider it a
I'll say,
weakness
though, I
either.
think the Vikings have a better receiving core than
I
the
agree.
Falcons.
If Treadwell can step up a little bit.
Sure.
I think that's what they, although they do have Kyle Rudolph, so I guess it bounces out. But offensive line, I'm not that concerned about. They brought in Brandon Fusco.
Elroy says the Eagles. James
Eagles
says
are not
the
that far
Rams.
behind either.
The Rams on paper might have the best offense, but they're very top heavy.
They're top heavy. I'm a little worried about that linebacker. Now they can get by with it, but I'm a little bit worried about it.
I also say that.
Great at
Go ahead,
linebacker, great secondary. The defensive line is going to be fine. Maybe it's not their strongest point, but they've got plenty of bodies. I have a tough time pointing out Atlanta sucks here unless multiple guys go down.
I also think that, we talk a lot about how the Vikings have had the same guys coming back year after year after year, and that's what makes their defense so good.
Yep.
That's the Falcons' entire team. Like, the whole defense has been together now for 3 whole seasons. The whole offense has been together now for almost 5 years, despite a changing offensive coordinator. So that consistency, as we saw with a team like the Patriots, a team like the Steelers, that's what creates elite teams. That's why I'm worried about the Rams this year. A lot of new pieces. It's going to take time for that team to mesh.
But I think you could see the Rams struggle a little bit early.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him struggle early, but I also have so much confidence in Wade Phillips. I respect Wade Phillips so much from a defensive standpoint, maybe not a head coaching standpoint.
Didn't work well.
But from a defensive standpoint, I respect Wade Phillips a lot. So I think Wade could, maybe get those guys going a little bit there. Guys, please commenting some questions down below. We definitely appreciate it. If you guys want real life questions, if you want NFL questions, if you want to know personal questions, I know I'll answer literally anything you throw in that. I don't know if Tom will. He's married. But
yeah, I keep things a little bit more PC.
PC. Yep, keep drinking. Okay. Guys, also, please, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. If you guys think that you're smart and you guys want to put some bets down this year and make some cash, there's no better place to do it than BetDSI, okay? Go to chatsports.com/bet. Remember those head-on commercials? Chatsports.com/bet. Apply directly to the forehead. Chatsports.com/bet. What happens when you go to chatsports.com/bet, you ask?
Yeah.
You're going to put in a promo code, chat120. You're going to get 120% bonus. Best deal. It's the go to all deals. So you put down $100, you're going to get 120 for free. You're going to have $220 to play only at chatsports.com/bet. /bet. All right, I'm going to look down here at some more questions.
Here, I got one.
Okay, what you got, man?
Dan Blatt's drinking with me. Dan Blatt's drinking with me.
Dan Blatt has been really cool with us.
Dan Blatt's
tonight,
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. We
He's
appreciate
keeping us Cowboys
Harris,
centric.
you want a beer?
Yeah, I'll take a new one.
All right, ready?
Do not throw that beer.
that.
Do not throw the beer.
All right.
Do not throw the beer.
I'll ask the question while he's about to stand up. Tom.
Yes.
Red zone threat is huge with Rico. Now that Dez is gone, who is the Cowboys' best red zone threat?
Zeke Elliott. That's the answer. It's not the answer that you think it is. When the Cowboys get the ball in the red zone, they're going to run it.
Well, as they should.
It's going to be the read option with Dak and Zeke. That's what the offense is going to be.
No, like, hey, man,
and the quarterback draw,
you.
which works every single time that they run it. It never fails. So it's not going to be a pass-heavy red zone offense. And the reality was that for whatever reason, Dak and Dez, it just didn't work in the red zone. Romo and Dez Bryant had that combo down to perfection. Like, they had the back shoulder fade that was impossible to stop. Dak and Dez never got it going.
And they're also like different receivers. Like, chemistry is a big part of football.
Chemistry matters. Like, it's tough. Like, some guys have it, some guys don't. Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson had it for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean, and as soon as as soon as Aaron went down, I mean, Jordy 6 touchdowns last year, then he had none. Like, I mean, I also say, like, I don't know, Aaron turned James Jones into a 14-touchdown guy one year.
James Jones
so, like,
is that guy.
I mean, I don't know. I like Dak. I think Dak, unfortunately, got the short end of the stick last year because when things went bad, like, a lot of stuff went bad for the Cowboys all at one time.
It wasn't just Dak.
Exactly.
It's not fair to blame it on Dak.
And I like Dak a lot. He's a good quarterback. And Dak's looked really good this preseason, in my opinion.
has.
So, like, I like what he's doing. I think the Cowboys are going to be a sleeper team this year. But, again, they play in the NFC. And, unfortunately, the NFC is really tough with a lot of talented teams. So, that's a good question, though. Okay, guys, keep throwing in those questions
we appreciate
below.
it, guys. Thank you all.
So the Cowboys, the advantage. Okay, have the Cowboys gotten any turnovers in this game? I don't believe so.
No, but I'm not overly concerned. It's the backups, and we saw the first-team defense in weeks 1, week 2, and a little bit week 3, but not quite as much. They made a lot of good plays. I feel very good about this Cowboys defense. I think it's going to be a top 10 squad.
Top 10 defense.
Statistically, will be a top 10 defense.
Whew.
They pretty much were last year. And it's kind of cheating by saying statistically because they're going to run the ball so damn much. They're not going to be on the field.
I get that, but I don't know. I won't take the top 10.
I'm really pleased by this.
By
this defense.
I think they have a top 10 front 7.
Yes.
And I think their secondary can only be so bad with the amount of raw talent they have on it.
There you go.
So inevitably the secondary is going to come around, but they have so much pass rush.
I'm a little bit worried about safety, but the front 4 beyond the run-stopping DTs I love. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to have Tyrone Crawford, maybe David Irving, Malik Collins, Randy Gregory, Dorrance Armstrong, Taco Charlton, DeMarcus Lawrence. Good luck stopping that pass rush. The linebacking core is actually the best I felt about it in years, really.
If Sean Lee stays healthy.
I don't know,
even if he doesn't,
maybe the Dat win, or it was when they ran the 3-4 defense and they did the DeMarcus Wayne Anthony Smith. That was last time I felt this good about a Cowboys linebacking core. That was last time. Mm-hmm. Safety, I am concerned about because of the depth, but I'm so glad that Byron Jones is now at cornerback. I think he's going to thrive there. I like Chidobe Awuzie. He's going to be a 1A, 1B alongside Byron Jones. I believe in Jordan Lewis. I don't want to see Anthony Brown. No, that's what's going to happen. But the defense is not, I don't think, a top 10 elite unit, like in terms of like pure overall talent.
Fair.
But they're going to play like it. Mm-hmm. I think that Rodman is going to get the most out of this defensive line, and I absolutely love what Chris Richard has done to the secondary. They've revamped it in his image, and it's worked out.
I mean, they definitely need somebody to step up, right? Like, I mean, every single year, I think, like, when you see, like, one defense that just, like, takes that lead, like the Saints.
Cowboys could be that unit. Yeah, I agree.
Like, Lattimore, like, I liked Lattimore, but he took a huge step forward, right, in his rookie year. If the Cowboys can find that one guy who just takes that big step, they're gonna have their secondary is gonna be legit.
And I want to point something out also with that Saints defense last year. Everyone got really focused on Marshawn Lattimore. His name is absolutely escaping me. The corner playing opposite of him as well.
Ken Crawley.
He was great.
Ken Crawley was really good.
12, 13 games, and he started to falter a little bit. He was fantastic the first half of the season.
Ken Crawley played really well. I agree.
So we promised that we'd answer any Facebook question that come by. We got to stick to our promises. We've answered this a couple times.
I think I missed that.
But we will answer it again. Jaina Hurl asked, How many? Oh, well, let's say how many games will the Cowboys win this year, and will the Cowboys make the playoffs?
Well, they haven't lost all the games yet. There's like 8.5 minutes to go, but the probably wins this game. Again, I think it's going to be around 9 or 10 wins, and I think they're going to come up just short of making the playoffs unless they make some drastic moves or other teams deal with bad injuries. Like if the Niners lose Jimmy Garoppolo for the year, the Cowboys are a better football team than San Francisco.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, even like, hey, like I think the Giants are a good team. I think the Cowboys can compete with them. I think the Cowboys are no doubt going to be better than the Redskins. But like, Carson Wentz still isn't healthy. They're dealing already with a lot of injuries, the Eagles. Like they really are. Like that offensive line's banged up. Alshon Jeffrey's banged up. What happens if Carson goes down again? It's one of those things like, personally, I think the only way that they're going to make it is if a team like the Eagles suffers an injury. For me, the Cowboys are an 8 to 9 win team.
I still believe the Eagles are here to stay, but I'm not as confident as I once was with them, at least for this year. Like, Wentz is banged up.
That's what I mean. I was really
up.
confident in the Eagles. I was like, this is probably the best team in the NFC, and now?
They're not going to go away, but they might have a bit of a down year, a bit of a hangover year type deal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes hangovers, they're just going to happen, Tom. Just going to happen.
It does happen.
I mean,
Hangovers are just gonna happen.
Hey, we have fun here. I'll be honest, like, when I go out, I mean, so the shirts that we're wearing, guys, if you guys like the shirts that we're wearing, they're from Mizzen & Main. And Mizzen & Main, the shirts that they do are absolutely incredible. So, like, super comfortable. Like, they don't wrinkle. And if you guys are lazy like me, I don't know how to do anything with my shirts. So, like, they're amazing shirts. You guys check out some Mizzen & Main. It's an iron. Yeah, whatevs. Whatevs to you. Okay, guys, please, please, please subscribe to Chat Sports on YouTube. I would definitely appreciate that. We have all sorts of content there. We have NFL, man. We do NBA. We do college football, and we produce more content than anybody. And if you guys like that content, please subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell anybody at a bar. Tell, heck, homeless people down the street. I don't care. Please subscribe to Chat Sports on YouTube. We would definitely appreciate that. And if you guys like what Tom and I are doing on screen, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MitchellRens365 and follow Tom at What Going Downey. And if you think that the guy behind the screen has a sexy voice, please follow him at Sportstein on Twitter. That guy, he's pretty funny too, I promise you. And we're back on screen. Sorry, Tom had to pee in the corner, so we had to go
not what
off
happened.
screen
That's
for just
not
a
what
second.
happened. That is completely fake news.
That's
How
all.
dare you?
I can smell it from here.
Oh my god.
Not true.
I think it's true.
Not true at all.
Oh, it smells like
Our
rich
stream with
mahogany.
the game froze, so I had to restart it.
I'm gonna be honest, that smells like pure gasoline. All right, as Tom takes another sip. Tom's fun. I have fun here at Chat Sports, and I think honestly anybody would too. If anybody wants to grab a beer in Dallas, you let me know. I think I'm a
Karan
good
Reed
time.
sighting.
Oh, Jerron
Who?
Reed. He lives.
Karan Reed, yeah.
I got a question for you guys from Demetrius Booker on YouTube.
My boy.
He asks,
Okay.
who gets fired first, Jason Garrett or Marvin Lewis?
Jason Garrett, because Marvin Lewis has dirt on Mike Brown, and he's never going to get fired.
I'll say
You
Garrett
think
too.
I'm kidding, but like I
There has
kind
to
of
be
think that's what's
something.
going on here.
There has to be.
Because how?
How do you not have a playoff
How?
win? You're 0-7 in the playoffs. They had a disastrous year last year, and then they're like, you know what? No, you're good. You're good.
Can I ask you a question though?
Let's hear it.
Are the Bengals going to be that bad this year? They have a lot of talent.
Are they?
I've seen some people.
Like, they'll be average.
I've seen some people predict them for like 4-12, and I'm like,
How?
That's
but
too
no, no, they're not. Like they're going to be around 500, I think.
All right,
Like
so
I don't trust them to make a run at anything, but
are they better than the Ravens? No.
I don't think so.
No,
Are
no,
they
no,
better
no,
than
they're
the
not.
Browns?
Yes.
Yes.
They
Okay.
have way more talent on their team.
I'm just saying. So if you think
Like-
they're the third best team, how many wins is that in their division? They're not better than the Steelers.
I think they're an 8-8
8.
football team.
So I think they win 6 games.
I think that's kind of on the low end for them, but I mean I could see it.
Okay.
I also think this, if Joe Mixon was on the Jaguars, people would be freaking the hell out over how good of a season he was about to have. But simply because he plays with a jersey that says Cincinnati Bengals on it, people are severely underrated.
love Joe
Two
Mixon.
things you're missing. Number one, with Joe Mixon, the Bengals' offensive line is still not that good.
That's fair.
They upgraded with Billy Price. They upgraded with Cordy Glenn. And number two, the reality is that Gio Bernard is going to get fed too.
Yep.
He's going to get
He
touches
should.
this year.
He's a good running
So
back.
it's not going to be a Leonard Fournette-esque workload. Now, if Mixon was on the Jags, I'd feel a lot better about him. I like the talent from Mixon, but I don't love the situation overall, if that makes sense there.
No, I get it, but I mean, like, Gio's one of those guys who should get the ball. Like, he's a reliable running back out of
Yeah.
the backfield who can catch, and that ball was almost picked.
Yeah, it was a good effort there.
No, so shout out to the 619 Slugger. Never mind. That's from Dan Blatt. My show is called Fantasy Football AF. If you guys like fantasy football AF is my channel on YouTube. Please check that out. And follow me on Twitter at MitchellRuns365. That'd be great. I'm at 15.4 thousand followers, trying to get that blue check mark. Anything helps. And
I don't know what I'm at. I lost count.
I lost count. That's fine. That's fine.
We're getting some great questions on YouTube. Demetrius Booker
Thanks,
backing
guys.
up his other question. Now he's asking, and this is a team that I keep asking people, or a question that I keep asking that no one has the answer to. Who's going to have the worst record of the NFL this year?
Whoever finishes last in the AFCs.
I'm going to
Touche.
take. Yep.
I got a
say
dark
the
horse too. Once you guys are done.
I mean, I'll say the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins are probably one of the most horribly run organizations right now in the NFL. Not a lot of talent there. They have a lot of wide receiver talent, in quotes, I'm going to put that. But I think the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL.
Tom?
My dark horse, which I don't think there are many fans of this team right now in the comment section, Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh.
That's my dark horse. Big run, by the way, by Travis Swanson. Touchdown Texans. See, you should have picked Texans minus 1.5 at the halftime bet odds, because there you go.
Elroy Jacobs, that's my dude. He's going with the Dolphins. He agrees with me. We got Nathan Adams. He's saying the Browns. And then Nathan, he's saying 1-15 for the Browns.
Oh. I say it's the Bills.
By the way,
I think they have so little talent on every single position. Like, their best player on their team, realistically, outside of LaShawn McCoy, the best player on their team might very well be a second-year corner in Tre'Davious White.
But Trey White's really good.
He is really good, but that's not what you want. That's not what you want.
Okay. Counterpoint.
Okay.
Can't you say the exact same thing about the Saints? Drew Brees and Marshawn Lattimore.
Michael Thomas.
I would pick Lattimore first.
Michael Thomas.
I'm not listening. What's the question?
Second best, we're making on the point of the Bills, their second best player is a second-year corner in Trey White behind McCoy. I honestly might put the Saints. I might put Lattimore number 2 on the Saints. I know Michael Thomas. I know Kamara. I think I'd take Marshawn Lattimore. I think he's already one of the 5 best corners in the NFL.
Interesting. I don't disagree with you, but I mean, the Bills are bad. Like, the Bills are. Oh. The Bills are not pretty.
So 13-10 now by the Cowboys. Travis Swanson, I will give anyone in the comment section a virtual high five if you can tell me where he went to school. Harris, I already mentioned it on the show. It doesn't count.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I mentioned it on the show earlier.
King C the GOAT says, why do you think so low of Dallas, finishing 3rd in the division? We don't know what the Eagles look like.
But I think I might have said Travis. I meant Terry, by the way. I don't know if I've said Travis.
Is it Travis Swanson?
Travis Swanson is the former center with lines now with the Jets from Arkansas. Yeah. I'm thinking of Terry Swanson. If I said Terry, that's my mistake, folks. I'm very sorry there.
The reason I'm down on Dallas, and I think the Giants are going to be better than them, I think that they're one of the lightest teams in the NFL at a lot of positions that isn't defensive line. And I think they're a couple injuries away of just being a devastated football team.
Who's this?
The Cowboys.
I think you say about a lot of teams, though.
Yeah, that's true. But not so much in the NFC. Like, I think there are a lot of really stacked teams in the NFC this year that are really deep.
That's fair.
But, like, the Cowboys, like, let's say Zeke goes down. Again, they're screwed.
Honestly, what if I told you that without Zeke, the Cowboys average more rushing yards per carry?
That's stupid. That's a stupid stat.
I would tell you it happened.
I know it.
Mostly because of the Denver Broncos game.
I know.
But it did happen.
I know.
Also, no Tyron Smith kind of down the stretch.
But
week 17 was whatever.
Zeke also led the NFL in yards per carry last year.
My concern actually isn't with Zeke going down. It's with more injuries to the offensive line. Joe Looney has impressed me, but if Tyron goes down again, if Zach Martin misses time, that's when I get really, really concerned because I don't trust that depth.
I also think that the Cowboys, like, they don't need to be great this year. But what I really like about them, they're building in a really intelligent way.
Yes.
They're rebuilding correctly. They're rebuilding through the trenches, offensive and defensive line.
Low key, and I've mentioned this before on a Cowboys report, this is kind of a rebuild. Now, it's a low key rebuild, so I guess that makes it a reset. And if you want to get in the nitty-gritty there, but Harris, you mentioned this the other day, and as something I said before, the Cowboys have a super young roster.
Yep.
Like, they got a handful of guys above 30. Like, they managed to somehow do a very quick rebuild on the fly that didn't really impact them all that much. In reality, they got really lucky with Dak.
Yes.
Like I don't think we, in general, we realize just how lucky the Cowboys got.
But you have to get lucky at quarterback.
You do. Because the Cowboys didn't want Dak Prescott first. Their first target was Paxton Lynch. Disaster. Let me finish my statement, then you guys can get whatever YouTube comment you got there. They wanted Paxton Lynch. He's been a bust in Denver. Yep. They wanted Connor Cook. 2 teams showed up to get those guys before the Cowboys took them, and they settled on Dak Prescott, and it's worked wonders for them. Luck matters in the NFL. All right, what's your 2 funny YouTube comments?
Hey, we saw it at the exact same time. Dan Blatt just commented, "Who's playing's God voice? He's high." Like, it's one of those things. Like, I can imagine from y'all's like standpoint, like you just like hear this dude, and I don't even know. I mean, Harris, yeah, God.
That is producer Harris. He is behind the scenes. We didn't give him a camera. You don't want to look at his mug.
Not right now. I'm wearing like 3 different headsets.
You do have a lot of headsets on for that stuff.
That's the shit that I
my
love.
Goodness. We have a David Wells sighting for the Dallas Cowboys.
Who?
That is
Who
the
is
team.
that?
That is the number 5 tight end out of San Diego State. Go figure. I kind of surprised we saw him. Does not bode well for Rico Gathers, by the way.
No.
But David Wells getting a sighting.
Who's number 69?
I believe that is Jacob Onosorja. He was the center, right? Is that who you saw?
I don't know. I just saw 69. That's where I went.
Pretty sure it's the center. Let me double check. I might be wrong on that.
But
Ooh,
Tom, back to what you were talking about.
Darren Carrington.
And
shout out,
flag.
Shout out Lana.
So Tom, back to
Sorry,
what
it's
you were
Damian
talking about
Mama.
with the
Mama 69.
That's what I thought.
with the Cowboys being super young. I think it's good that they're super young because I think you look at the Eagles. I know they have Wentz super young. I know Aguilar's on the younger side as well. They have a lot of older pieces on this team.
The Eagles are in their window right now.
Yes, exactly.
They are in their window. As long as Wentz is there, I think they'll be fine. They're going to churn through halfbacks. Their defensive line is really good and mostly locked up. I think their offensive line is really good if they can figure out what happens once Jason Peters leaves, because if not Big V, he is not the answer. But I think overall, the Eagles are built to last for several years. Now, the reality is that I think more and more, outside of the Patriots as the lone example, and I guess the Steelers too, windows don't last as long as they used to. No. I mean, look at Seattle.
4 years.
That was supposed to be the dynasty. Their window's shut. Now, they're gonna have a new one soon, I think, because they have Russell Wilson, but like I saw a great tweet from friend of the show, Bobby Belt. And trivia question, if anyone knows this, I'll be stunned. When the Seahawks won their Super Bowl, who was the highest paid player on that roster? I don't think anyone's going to know this. If anyone in the comment section does, I will be very impressed, and I'll gladly give you a shout out as well.
Well, let's see. Because at that point, on their Sherman, Thomas, Wagner were all in their first contracts, as was Russell Wilson.
Literally everybody
Somebody
was.
said the center.
That he was on his first year contract too, but I like the way you're thinking. Max Unger, I believe, was the center.
Was it Okun?
Was not Russell Okun.
Was it the kicker?
Was not the kicker.
Was it John Ryan?
Was not John Ryan.
Damn it!
It was on offense.
I don't know.
Doug Baldwin?
It was not Doug Baldwin. He was still on his first year deal. Literally, all these guys were on their first year deals. It was insane. They had this run of 3 straight years of incredible drafting.
Sidney Rice.
No, but I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking. That's close. I see Marshawn Lynch. It's not Marshawn Lynch, by the way. Mike White marching down the field almost got picked off because Jordan Shun bounced one off his hand.
Percy Harvin.
I see it. I see it in the comment section. Demetrius Booker and Just Say Live mentioned the position. I'll count it. It is the tight end. It was Zach Miller.
You're kidding me.
Zach Miller was the highest paid player.
Zach Miller?
Yeah.
Wow.
Zach Miller. Well done, you guys.
Team?
Yeah. At 10 or 11 million or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great
Interesting.
You got to have a good roster construction to win a Super Bowl.
As soon as who put in Percy Harvin? That's what I thought it was. As soon as
Percy
Sterling,
was a good bet too.
Sterling put in Percy Harvin. I was like, that might actually be it.
That was a good bet too. But I think Percy was still on a relatively cheap and first year contract.
Yeah,
It was close to it.
Perhaps.
So Cowboys are marching. I'm kind of surprised Lance Lenore's still on the field, but I'm okay with that. Mike White has actually, I think, looked pretty competent so far. Let me, let's see. Let me pull up the Mike White stats versus the Cooper Rush stats. I've been much more impressed by Mike White, but again, I'm not going to put overstock in it. I think he might have done enough to actually make the roster potentially.
Fair.
But this is the backups of the backups right now.
So King C the GOAT is talking about running backs right now in the comments, and he says he wants them to keep Zeke, Rod, and Bo.
That is what I would do, But my fear is that the Cowboys are going to take Darius Jackson for special teams value in passing game.
Gotcha.
And they will try to sneak Bo Scarborough on the active roster, which I disagree with because you can get Jackson on the practice squad. I don't know if you can get Bo.
Okay.
Now, the running back depth, I think, in the NFL in general is at its highest point.
Yep.
But if you're like the Bills, wouldn't you just claim Bo Scarborough?
I mean, why not?
Like LaShawn McCoy,
the Redskins maybe.
The Redskins could do it. Like, I think about it.
Yeah, why not? 3rd and 2 here.
If I'm the Giants, I'd do it. Like, I think there are a lot of teams that could use a Bo Scarborough type player.
For sure, for sure. And guys, you know what I could use? An actual challenge. Because you know what? These two schmums over here, they don't challenge me in fantasy football.
Schmums?
I don't even know if it's a word.
It's not a word.
It's late and I don't care, and I want to challenge you guys on FanDuel. If you guys think that you're smarter than me and want a shout out on one of our shows, if you come in first place, I want you to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. You're going to make a brand new account, and you're going to put $5 in. You're going to get $20 for free, and then you can compete against me all season long. We have prizes. I'm going to be giving away cash. I will literally Venmo you if you beat me and come in first place. So, FanDuel.com/chatsports. Get at me. DM me. At MitchellRenz365. Because guess what? You ain't smarter than me.
Tom, I got a question for you.
Good.
Not
I like questions.
in
They're
the
fun.
comments, but this is a personal one. We have 3:30 left in the Cowboys preseason.
Gotcha.
Which non-star player impressed you the most this preseason?
Like across the NFL or just on the Cowboys?
Cowboys. Non-star player. So you can't say like Dak or Zeke or Sean Lee or whatever. Non-star player surprised you the most.
It's definitely not one of the quarterbacks. I thought Rod Smith looked really good. I was very impressed by how well he fared. But I think in the end, it's Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas.
It's the linebacker. He looked great in week 1, has been steady since then. I think that was a steal of a signing. I think he's going to end up being at least a really, really good number 4 linebacker overall. In terms of snap counts, I think he'll get more than Damian Wilson. I was very impressed by Joe Thomas. There were a lot of guys. I think Byron Jones looked good. I thought Chidobe Awuzie looked really good. That interception was incredible. I think Rod Smith looked good. The entire defensive line looked really good.
Yep.
But I think Joe Thomas, in terms of the non-star guys, even the non-starters, I thought was the most impressive to me this preseason. That's a good question. Who asked that?
I did.
Oh, good question,
and
Harris.
Surprisingly, we actually had 2 people, Demetrius Booker and Elroy, both agree with you. They both said Joe Thomas.
Smart guys. There you go.
There you go. All right, we actually have a real question now.
Okay.
Jimmy Navarro, let's keep it in the NFC East. He asked, after the ACL tear, can Carson Wentz return to the MVP conversation?
Yes.
Of course.
I don't know if it's going to be this year necessarily, but yeah, I think he can.
Okay. I don't see why not.
I mean, look at what Peterson did after ACL injuries. He's fine.
Oh,
Wentz is a good athlete. He'll be fine.
One more here. Keno Roll, also on YouTube. By the way, Josh Say Live, we've answered the Cowboys win or loss so many times.
9 wins, 10 wins.
9 wins, 10 wins.
Ooh,
I
fumble.
say 7 or 8.
Oh, Cowboys.
Tom, Keno Roll. This is for you too, Mitch.
Yep.
Who is the best rookie quarterback in the NFL going into this year?
Do you mean based on talent or based on impact this year?
I was just going to ask
Because those
that.
are two different questions.
You tell me.
Based on talent, it is Baker Mayfield. He was my number 1 quarterback. I love Baker. I'm a huge fan of him. Based on impact this year, maybe Sam Darnold.
It's got to be Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's the only guy who's going to start, no doubt, in my mind, week 1. Maybe
Josh Allen.
Maybe Josh Allen.
It's not gonna be Rose,
I
it's
don't
not
like
gonna be Baker.
Allen. And I know you definitely don't like Allen. So I'll say biggest impact this year will be Sam Darnold. And I like Sam Darnold a lot. I mean, he's already gotten a bunch of hype. But for me, like, it's Baker. Like, I love big-time Baker. And, I mean, when he just steps up in big-time moments and he's going to have a good year, he's going to have a good career. I don't know if he's going to play this year because I like Tyrod. But I'll tell you what, the Browns don't have the easiest schedule in the opening up. And if they start out sluggish, you're going to hear the Baker chants. No doubt about it.
All right, let's go through a couple of the weigh-ins that we have here.
Okay.
I like it.
I want to ask some of our
As we
people
wrap
that are
up,
watching.
as Houston kind of runs the
Exactly.
clock out, trying to close the clock. The Cowboys had a chance for a fumble. Recovery couldn't do it.
I want to ask this question, but I'm going to ask it with an asterisk.
Okay.
Okay.
What position worries you the most this season
For the
on
Cowboys.
the Cowboys that is not wide receiver?
My answer was not going to be wide receiver.
Interesting.
It was going to be safety. The depth
Okay.
is non-existent right now. I like Xavier Woods. Jeff Heath is a fine number 2, maybe a number 3. Kevon Frazier is a number 3. Xavier Woods right now is probably more of a number 2. If one of those guys goes down, you have got practice squad caliber players as your backups.
Wait.
That's not okay. You need to go find somebody else out there. Safety worries me the most, then it's the offensive line depth, then it's tight end, then it's receiver.
I was going to say, I'm going to say offensive line. I mean, without Frederick there, that hurts a lot. I mean, Martin's been kind of banged up a little bit, and then we saw how bad they were without Smith. So last season, I'm going to say offensive line because at the end of the day, this Cowboys team, I think, runs through their run game, and that offensive line is a big part of it. And if they can't get it going, not that Dak's not a great quarterback, but Dak needs a solid running game, I think, to be productive. So for me, it's the offensive line. That's where I'm worried.
That's a fair answer as well.
Okay. All right, let's go through some more YouTube questions that we got
Yes,
coming in
please.
here.
Thank you guys, by the way. Appreciate it.
Let's see. Let's pick one out. Jase Live.
Okay.
Will the Cowboys win a Super Bowl within the next 7 years? So basically, will the Dak-Zeke combo win a Super Bowl?
Nope. I'm going to say no. Winning a Super Bowl is not easy.
It's really not.
And I don't think that this team has it over the next 7 years. I mean, of course, like, they could have just some star come up in the next, 5 years. Some crazy shit could happen. But, when I look at this Cowboys roster right now, and I just look at all the other rosters in the NFL, I'm going to say no. And winning a Super Bowl is not easy,
It's
period.
really hard, but I'm going to be really upset if they don't, so I'm just going to say yes.
Oh
yes,
my
they will.
God. Sold
Yes,
them,
they will.
Sold themselves out.
I say yes because
Thank God.
I
Here we
think
go.
let's add 2 years onto this Cowboys roster.
Next
This
decade.
is going to be one of the better rosters in the NFL. At that point, I think they're going to pull the trigger on a big-time trade and get an elite player onto this team. Whether it's
happening next year in free agency,
an elite
baby.
outside corner, whether it's an Earl Thomas,
Earl Thomas.
whether it's an elite wide receiver that they could trade for, like what the Rams did to get Brandon Cooks. They are going to get a guy to add to this core that they do not have on the team right now.
If Earl Thomas hits free agency, he's coming to Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't have any doubts about that. And as of right now, I don't think he's getting a deal done with Seattle. So I think by next year, he's going to sign a $14 million a year deal over 3 or 4 years with the Cowboys and come be their elite free safety. And Xavier Woods becomes your do-it-all nickelback / safety backup guy.
I mean, guys.
ET's a Cowboys fan.
But winning a Super Bowl is not an easy task.
It's easier once the
But you
Patriots
have to
fold.
remember, in 7 years, Brady, most likely Breeze, Rivers,
Definitely Breeze.
Breeze will be
Roethlisberger,
gone.
maybe Aaron Rodgers are all gone. So the best quarterbacks
I
in the
agree.
NFC at that point are Carson Wentz, Goff,
But again,
Garoppolo.
you guys are extrapolating too
maybe?
much. You guys are it's too much to me. 7 years, I'm gonna look at the roster, what I see right now, because 7 years, anything can happen.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at the roster right now, and the Cowboys are not a Super Bowl caliber team right now. They're not.
All right, we got another question coming in. Demetrius Booker has asked this question, I want to say 6 times, and we keep ignoring him.
We'll hook you up here, Demetrius.
All right. Biggest drop-off after their quarterback retires, the Saints, the Patriots, or the Chargers?
Chargers.
I can only base it on
Saints got Teddy B.
it's not the Saints because that assumes they re-signed Teddy Bridgewater. The coaching staff definitely favors the Patriots to avoid that drop-off. But I would rather have Geno Smith than Brian Hoyer, who's going to be washed up by the time Brady leaves, and Danny friggin' Etling. So
Well, the future quarterback is not on this roster right now.
yeah,
obviously.
so I mean it depends on who they get. But if the quarterback went down right now, I think it might be New England. Now Belichick would make that much more negligible, but I would rather have Geno Smith, which is really weird for me to say. I don't like it, but I don't like Brian Hoyer, and I hate Danny Etling.
We have learned in the NFL that institutions are a big thing. The Steelers, the Cowboys,
Yes.
Elite teams are institutions. And I think that over the past Tom Brady decades, we have convinced ourselves that the Patriots have become one of those institutions. They are not.
Belichick is in.
Belichick is, but Belichick's almost 70.
Let's not kid ourselves here. And Harris, I think you are going to agree with me when I say this. How confident do you feel in Josh McDaniels taking over?
I don't.
Exactly.
He's a great offensive coordinator. He is not a leader of men.
Don't let him be your
That's also why Matt Patricia was a terrible hire as a head coach.
Interesting.
He's a defensive coordinator, not a leader of men. It's a big difference.
And you think
When-
Belichick's a leader of men?
Absolutely. But when Brady leaves,
I'm just asking.
When Brady leaves, they lose that institution. And Belichick will leave not far after. It's like when Red Auerbach left the Celtics. Like when Red Auerbach left the Celtics and when Larry Bird ended up retiring, they had nothing for a decade. Sometimes when you lose such huge parts of a franchise, everything else crumbles. Mm-hmm. And I'm preparing myself as a Patriots fan of watching Sam Darnold and the Jets win this division in a couple years. They're gonna. I'm preparing myself. But I think the Chargers will be fine. They have a great young defense. I think the Saints will be fine. They have a great running game. Brady has 2 years left. Once those 2 years are up, if they don't have a Jimmy Garoppolo, they're done. And I think the end is near. And that's coming from a Patriots fan.
Yeah, we know you're a Patriots fan. Believe me. The entire world knows you're a Patriots fan.
I'm trying to be modest here, all right?
Yeah. Yep, you're hedging your bets. I think that's what you're doing. You're trying not to jinx the Patriots, which is the most Patriots thing to do.
What else am I supposed to do? If I say it's not them, or you're going to give me crap for it? If I say it is them, you give me crap for it. I can't win.
Facts. 100% facts. F-A-C-K. Maybe James is watching. I don't know. Awesome, guys. Hey, if you guys we got about, a minute 21 left in this. We only got a few more, so if you guys want your questions answered, please throw them in there. And also, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsor, BetDSI. You guys need to go right now, okay? chatsports.com/bet. You're going to use that promo code CHAT120 for 120% bonus. Tom, for people like myself who didn't do so well in the SATs, if I put in $100, how much am I getting?
You get $120 free for a grand total of $220.
Best deal on the internet. For you guys who like the GOAT emoji, this is the GOAT emoji of deals. So please, chatsports.com/bet. Chat120, 100% bonus. Thank you, BetDSI. Cheers to y'all. And cheers to y'all for watching this show, because guess what, guys? We love doing this.
This is fun.
And we want to keep doing this. And guess what? The more times you guys get people to subscribe, get people to hit us up, the more we can do these. So please, please, please help us out here at Chat Sports. Please subscribe. There's under a minute left in this game. And guys, believe me, it's been kind of boring. Well, it's not under a minute, minute 6 to be exact, but
Cowboys are going to get a chance with like 20 seconds left for Mike White to pull a miracle and justify his roster spot.
The real question is, do we want this to go to overtime?
No, because
they go for 2.
The Cowboys will try to score and then just kick a field goal, because NFL teams know, hey, you don't go for 2. You don't try and extend the game, because that's just stupid.
I like this one from Alan Salt. Kiki Kuti for the Texans. I like him a lot.
You know, I wasn't as high on him earlier on in the draft process.
He's fitting well though right now.
I came around on him. I think he's going to be a good slot guy in the NFL. I tend to value those guys lower because you can find them.
All right, this is another question from Elroy. I've seen him put it in here like 4
guys.
Put it in like 4 times. Who's the best slot receiver in the league?
Doug Baldwin.
That's going to be my answer. Dougie B. Doug Baldwin, right? So Doug Baldwin's one of those guys who never gets any credit. He's missed only 1 game since 2012. He's missed only 3 games his entire career. He's super consistent. And then another guy that gets slept on a lot is Golden Tate. I don't think Golden Tate gets enough credit.
Is he a slot receiver?
He's almost more of a hybrid now.
I was just going to say.
Plays a lot more. He plays a lot more on the outside now.
He's a smaller guy.
Who is the second best slot receiver?
Adam Thielen? He's probably outside.
Thielen? Edelman,
if he's not suspended.
He's not really playing the slot that much.
I mean, it's the thing. I guess what is a slot?
More and more, you don't find pure slot guys.
Yeah. You put Antonio Brown in the slot? Probably Antonio Brown.
Like, you see guys that can, Odell Beckham, size-wise coming out, that was going to be a slot guy. That's just who he was. Oh, my God, Lance Lenore. What are you doing, Lance?
That was stupid.
What are you doing?
What did he do?
He just, decapitated some guy for no reason.
And he was the one receiving.
He went for a block, and he was the one receiving, and I think he called fair catch, and you can't do that. But I think it's Jester Way. He just decimated this guy. He went straight for the block and got him in the head. It was Jester Way.
That was
don't do that,
hit.
man. Come on.
That's a bad hit.
That is worth a penalty.
We're getting a Jarvis Landry for best slot receiver in the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's up there, too.
I mean, Jarvis has got 400 catches his first, 4 years?
Mitch, you and I think the same thing about Jarvis Landry,
Let's hear it.
What?
I think he's wildly overrated.
I think he's overrated. I mean, I also think he's a good receiver, but I think he was just force-fed targets in Miami because they had nobody else there.
I think at the same time, he did exactly what was asked of him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't ask him to go deep downfield. They didn't ask him to be anything more than a slot receiver.
He's a good
and he was a
receiver.
damn good one.
He's a good
That's fair.
receiver.
Like,
he's a very good receiver. But like when I feel like when people talk about Jarvis, they talk about him like in the same breath.
He's overpaid.
Oh, he's definitely
All receivers are overpaid, by the way.
All
They're all
receivers are
ridiculously
overpaid.
overpaid.
I mean, like I
Not
don't think
all, but
Jarvis
most
is
of
the
them.
top 10 wide receiver.
No.
But like I think he gets put in that conversation, and I don't think he is. So
And mind you, the best slot receiver of all time, I don't care what any of you say, it is Wes Welker. And his peak was
that's what
better
Alan just said. Wes
than-
Welker, Steve
oh my
Smith
God.
Sr.
God mode Wes Welker was the best
Close,
wide
Jimmy.
receiver
You almost
I
got
ever
me to
watched
say it.
outside of Randy
Hey,
Moss.
9 seconds left. I'm going to do play-by here. It's a screen to Lance Lenore, and they're going to set up the blocking. He is going to cut upfield and then
he's
get out
still
of
going.
He's not going to get out of bounds with time left. Lance, stop spending time with Terrence Williams. Get out of bounds when you're supposed to. He could have darted out of bounds, and they could have had a Hail Mary. Did not get out of bounds there, Lance. Come on, buddy. You're killing me. Absolutely killing me.
Well, if there's anything I learned about Lance Lenore, you're not going to send him a Christmas card this year.
The return he had was nice. He finally made a good return. It was some good
man.
vision, but he's got to know how much time was left. Anyway, it doesn't really matter in the end. The final score in this one, Texans beat the Cowboys 14-6 on our Cowboys Report YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report, and on our Cowboys Facebook page. We're going to have highlights here of this game. Well, if you can call them highlights here, come up in just a second. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up on the Cowboys Facebook page and on the Cowboys Report YouTube channel in just a second.